doing a heck of a job.
This is the Michael Brown Show.
Hold on tight to your dream. Yeah. Hold on tight to your dream.
The city of San Francisco, the city that poops all the time, is putting together a 6-person crew. The poop crew, I guess. And the purpose of this crew is to scour the neighborhoods looking for human feces. You know, in America, you can make money doing almost anything. And in America, you can make money by scouring the streets of one of America's most iconic cities looking for human waste, human feces. Now, what I find funny about the story, reported by San Francisco station KTVU, is this.
San Francisco Department of Public Works crews respond throughout the city, pressure washing streets after reports of human waste. The problem, says Tobacco Barn's Rashid Abood, is that by the time he calls in a complaint, it's already too late.
There's the block in front of my store. You know, it doesn't look good. And sometimes you find, pooping, stuff like that.
Now the city is looking to get ahead of the problem, setting aside a 6-person crew which will scour targeted neighborhoods looking for human waste.
Looking for human waste. That's their idea of getting ahead of the problem.
First on the list, Polk Street. Department of Public Works Mohammed Nuru says the city will spend about $750,000 to search for and clean human and animal waste.
$750,000, which it'll end up being more. That's just the starting figure. That's like the initial offer. $750,000. Well, actually, the phrase they like to use is about $750,000. That's like you're selling something for $19.95 because $19.95 sounds so much better than $20.16. We're going to spend about $750,000
before anyone has a chance to see it and complain.
So what happens is we're going to take one of those crews out and try to get ahead of those calls and try and look for these locations so that hopefully we'll get less number of calls coming in.
San Francisco Mayor London Breed says the plan is part of her commitment to clean up the city's streets and says the key is using data-driven strategies to see what works and what doesn't.
And I like that too because, San Francisco, where most of the little Silicon Valley numbnuts, the little dimwits that want to control our lives, actually live. They just take the bus down to, Apple headquarters or to Google headquarters or wherever they're going. Yes, they're looking for poop.
We have data that shows us exactly where most of the complaints are for poop cleanup. So the goal is to try and make sure that we have a dedicated team and they're focusing on those particular areas where we know it's most problematic.
This is so stereotypical of liberalism. San Francisco has a poop problem. They will spend about $750,000, which is another way to phrase that is $750,000. It will end up costing more than that. A 6-person crew. I don't know whether they're part of an existing crew or they're new hires, but 6 people for the city of San Francisco to look for poop.
Abood says he's happy to hear that the Poop Patrol will be on duty soon, cleaning the area around his business.
Oh my God, that'd be excellent. Yeah, because we always call all the time, 311, and they come and tell you, we just come and clean up. We can't force them to leave.
The city's Poop Patrol program is set to launch September 1st. If it is successful, they'll look to expand it in other parts of the city.
Now, maybe it's just that my mind is wired differently. But if I were the mayor of San Francisco and I had a problem with people defecating on the streets of San Francisco, I would first try to identify the problem. The problem is you have individuals who are pooping on the street. Isn't that the problem? The problem isn't actually the poop itself. I mean, because once someone has pooped, you have the poop on the street. You know something else I have a real problem with? This really drives me crazy. And if you're one of these people, you can just shove it for all I care. But you know, on the trail, you go hiking up in the Indian Peak Wilderness or anywhere else, you got to pick up your dog poop, right? Nobody ever requires people on horses to pick up the horse poop. But I digress. San Francisco has a problem that people are defecating on the streets. That's the problem. Their solution is to pick up the poop. Has no one thought to themselves, why don't we at least try to figure out how to stop people from pooping on the street in the first place? Now, KTVU reported back in April an increase in homeless encampment sweeps by the San Francisco Department of Public Works. And at that time, the Department of Public Works Director Mohammed Nuru said that pit stops would make a meaningful impact on the cleanliness of our neighborhoods. I thought a pit stop was something that race car drivers did on the racetrack to, change the tires, refuel the car, do whatever mechanical needs needed to be done so that the race car driver could get his car back on the track as quickly as possible. I also thought that a pit stop was something that Tamara made me do on the way to the undisclosed location because, she's a female over a certain age and she's got a wee-wee all the time. I thought those were pit stops. But apparently San Francisco thinks that a pit stop is, a public restroom. So if you create or install public restrooms and people still don't use them, seems to me what you ought to do is arrest people or fine them, or why don't you give them a one-way ticket to Denver, Colorado? Yeah. Or Phoenix or Houston. San Francisco is not a bad place to be homeless in because it's got somewhat a temperate climate. There are, cool nights and, the fog, it rolls in and it can get cold. If I was going to be homeless, I'd want to be homeless in Phoenix or Houston or Tucson, not Denver. But why don't you just tell the homeless, instruct the homeless, why don't you develop a zero tolerance policy? You're caught pooping on the street? Because I can't imagine that. Do people only poop in the middle of the night? I don't know what your bowel movement habits are, but, some people, they poop in the morning, some people poop in the afternoon, some people poop in the evening, but people have different times of pooping. You just can't tell me that people don't see other people pooping on the street in San Francisco. And why don't you, instead of just cleaning up the mess, why don't you stop the mess? Rashid Abood, that owner of the tobacco barn, says that he's discovered human waste in front of his store. He claims that he's called 311 numerous times to complain. Reports of waste are normally handled through service requests, meaning that he has to call to make a report, and then the Department of Public Works comes out and cleans up the mess. Isn't that so typical liberalism? Not addressing the real problem. Oh yeah, I'm not saying don't clean up the poop, yes. But setting aside a 6-person crew to just clean up the poop? Aren't you in a certain kind of sick way subsidizing the poop?
You're listening to The Michael Brown Show.
This report is brought to you by CC's new Endless Pan Pizzas, now on the buffet.
There's a 3-car crash on the shoulder on southbound I-25 approaching County Line, slowing things down just a bit through there, and seeing heavy volume slowing around much of the system. We do have a report of an accident on southbound 225 near Colfax. That stretch is slow back to I-70. And off freeway, there's a crash on westbound 56 at Pena. Your forecast for this evening, partly cloudy with a chance for some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Will cool off to the low 60s overnight. And then tomorrow for your Thursday, partly cloudy with a high near 90. Mostly sunny and 89 on Friday. It is 89 right now in Denver. With your traffic and weather, I'm Janine LaRose, 630 KHOW.
Try new endless pan pizzas at Cece's, available in both Meat Eater and Supreme. Now on the buffet, starting at just $5.99. It's the best price for endless pan pizza, only at Cece's. Price and participation vary. Restrictions apply. Visit ccs.com/pan for details.
Hey gang, Michael Brown here from Mike Ward Infiniti. Now if you're looking for a great Infiniti like I drive, a Q50, a Maserati, a Fiat, Alfa Romeo, or heck even a McLaren, I want you to go see my old high school buddy Mike Ward. You can find him over at C470 in Lucent. And when you go by there, be sure and tell him that I sent you. And remember, like Mike says, just drive it.
Coloradans 62 and older, are you not feeling as financially secure as you'd like to? Is cash flow tight? Are you retiring or experiencing a life change? And do you own your own home? Then consider a reverse mortgage from American Financing. Reverse mortgages are loans that pay you monthly by using the equity in your home. They also protect your spouse from possibly losing your home if you pass away, and FHA ensures that you never owe more than your house is worth. Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky, and here are the facts. You benefit immediately from no monthly mortgage payments, and you have access to tax-free money, all while owning your home. That's right, you still own your home, but now have access to your equity when you need it most. With a reverse mortgage from American Financing, you can feel confident about living your golden years with financial comfort and security. Their mortgage consultants are salary-based, so conversations are simple, straightforward, and honest. Call American Financing today at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or online at AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
Hey, it's Brian with Advanced Mudjacking. Homes and businesses in the Denver area all experience sinking concrete. Sidewalks, patios, porches, and interior floors do sink. We have the solution. At Advanced Mudjacking, we've been lifting and stabilizing concrete for over 25 years. We use traditional mudjacking techniques with sand and cement. No chemicals, nothing toxic. Our proven method works and it lasts, guaranteed. Call for a free quote, 303-424-9441. That's 303-424-9441. Or email me, advancedmudjacking@yahoo.com.
A lot of people want to put solar on their homes for environmental reasons, and that's cool, I get it. But for me, I'm more of an ROI guy. I needed the numbers to make sense. And finally, they do. Solar panel prices have come down. The tax incentives are still in place, so last summer I pulled the trigger. I've got solar on my home with panels from Bright Street Energy. I hope you'll sit down with them and see if the numbers make sense for you. Learn more at brightstreet.com. That's BRITE street.com, and make sure you ask them about the special offer for Ross's listeners.
You know, if you're tired of all the anti-Trump spin from CNN and MSNBC, and you want to see something more than just Fox News, then you got to check out Newsmax TV. In fact, every Monday and Wednesday night at 8 Eastern, you can see Bill O'Reilly give his take on the big events making news. And Bill's weekly show, the No Spin News Show, airs on Newsmax TV every Saturday and every Sunday. Newsmax TV is America's fastest growing cable channel. It's real news for real people. I watch it all the time. I want you to tune in anytime, and you can see Bill O'Reilly, Professor Dershowitz, Mike Reagan, Pat Buchanan, Bernie Carrick, and so many others. Newsmax TV is on DirecTV channel 349, dish 216, UVerse 1220, and Fios 615. That's DirecTV channel 349, dish 216, UVerse 1220, and Fios 615. Now look, if you don't get Newsmax TV, I want you to call your cable company and tell them that you want Newsmax TV. Newsmax TV, real news for real people.
My father developed a disease called farmer's lung. At age 53, he was no longer able to work, so we sold the farm. Now my parents had a nest egg, and they needed it to last as long as they did. Mom outlived Dad and spent 25 years in retirement. Today, it's possible to spend 3 decades in retirement. That's long enough to potentially experience 3 corrections or crashes in the stock market. You make money in the market by being aggressive, but you keep it by being defensive. Hi, this is Carlin Tucker. I made my parents money in the market, but more importantly, I helped them keep it for their 25 years of retirement through numerous market conditions. My all-seasons portfolio prepares you for whatever tomorrow brings. May I create one for you? I'm here to help. Call me, Carlin Tucker, at 303-734-1234. That's 303-734-1234. RetireWithTucker.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. But not with ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology actively invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So, while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you, the needle in the haystack.
Try ZipRecruiter now for free by going to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Save more with Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Hey, what are you doing up here on the roof? I want to tell the world I just met the woman of my dreams. What about you? I want to tell the world that Liberty Mutual saved me $782. Liberty did what? They saved me $782. Oh, you go first then. $782 really puts finding love into perspective.
Visit us online to get a quote, and you could save $782. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Based on a recent countrywide new customer survey, coverage is underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company, Equal Housing Insurer.
Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter. Tomorrow morning at 10.
Big changes in the real estate market coming. We'll talk about buying and selling real estate on the next Troubleshooter show tomorrow at 10.
Troubleshooter Tom Martino on 630 KHOW.
I jump from thought to thought like a flea jumps to a lie. You could give an aspirin the headache of its life. Maybe it's the crazy that I'd miss.
Let's go back down to the little radical Islamic compound in Taos, New Mexico. You know, I think I should. I wasn't planning to go to the undisclosed location this weekend, but I might just try to get. I might take Greta the Leonberger, and we might just head down, because I understand that compound. Oh no, I take that back. I was going to say the compound might have been abandoned because they. I mean, if you kidnap a kid, and then you're training kids to, you know, shoot up schools and kill school children, well, you just might be, you know, a flight risk, and you would be held on bail pending trial. Except I keep forgetting that they're Muslim, so you can't, you see, the regular law didn't apply to them. So there's no need to go down, because they may have gone back to the compound to start retraining the kids, because the judge didn't want to, you know, appear that, well, let me just tell you what the judge said. In coming to her decision, Judge Backus wrote that the state of New Mexico, quote, apparently expected the court to take the individual's faith into account, close quote, in determining whether or not the defendants were a danger to the community. If this had been the Branch Davidians, or if this had been, and I can't remember the James Jones cult name, somebody tweet to me or email me or send me a text message, Mike to 57739. Remember James Jones, Johnstown? Was it Johnstown? Whatever. Where they drank the Kool-Aid. What was that cult called? You can damn well rest assured that had there been a bond hearing for anybody in either of those groups who have been accused of doing what these radical Islamists had been accused of doing, there would have been a bail set, and would have been set sufficiently that they probably would not have been able to make bail, or bail would have been denied because they were considered a flight risk. But you see, if you're a wacko Christian, that's different than being a wacko Islamist. And as soon as you start getting that straight in your mind, well, the easier you'll understand the wacko world that we live in. In the judge's decision, they wrote, all of the defendants are between their late 30s and early 40s. The state did not establish that any of the defendants has a criminal history or a history of failures to appear at court hearings, nor did the state even attempt to establish such facts. I'm reading from the court order. The state did not produce any evidence of any history of violence that would cause the court to conclude that they are a danger to the community or unlikely to appear at hearings or to abide by their conditions of release. I would argue, if I were the prosecutor, I would argue vigorously against that, because remember, the allegation is these kids have been transported across state lines to be trained to commit school shootings, among other things. Suicide bombings, suicide missions, whatever. Children under the age of 18. Yeah, I think they should have been held in bail. But let's go to paragraph 15 of the judge's order. The defendants are apparently of the Muslim faith. Judge, I don't think there's any apparently about it. They are of the Muslim faith. Siraj Ibn Wajad made a trip to Saudi Arabia last year. The state admitted that observant Muslims by their faith are required to visit Mecca once in their lifetime. Doesn't that establish right there? Doesn't the judge by her own, see, this judge is, I don't know this judge, but on the basis of that sentence right there, I would say she's a wacko liberal. Because liberals never understand that when they speak the truth, they usually end up shooting themselves in the foot. No pun intended here, but that's what she did. She continues, the court was asked by the state to make a finding of dangerousness and a finding that no condition of release could ensure the safety of the community. Right, because they plan to shoot up schools. Taos has several schools. I've driven by them many a time. The state apparently expected the court to take the individual's faith into account in making such a determination. The court has never been asked to take any other person's faith into account in making a determination of dangerousness. Well, just because this particular judge has never been asked by these particular prosecutors to take faith into account doesn't mean that it shouldn't be. It just means that it's never happened in her court. Well, big whoop-de-doo. Maybe you've never had a case like this in your court before. The court is not aware of any law that allows the court to take a person's faith into consideration in making a dangerousness determination. The defendants are apparently of Muslim faith. So you cannot take into account their faith, even though there were text messages and a letter discovered on the premises that told, what's the ringleader's name again? Siraj Wahaj. I think that's the ringleader. Siraj, Haraj. There was a letter found from his, I think it was his brother-in-law, wishing him good luck as he pursued martyrdom. I don't know of any Christian faith or Jewish faith where you obtain martyrdom by killing infidels. So we have that that he had made a trip to Mecca, which is required by their Muslim faith. They had a letter that said, good luck in your attempt to reach martyrdom. We will pray for you that you're able to reach that and that you will do Allah's will. That can be taken into account. You don't need a statute to allow you to take it into account. You simply may take it into account because, well, they're admitting they were seeking martyrdom. Now, forget the fact you got a dead kid. Forget the fact that you've got children being trained to kill other kids. Yep. A wackadoodle judge. It's Taos, New Mexico. Surprise, surprise, surprise.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
An iHeart radio station.
With Ross Kaminsky mornings, Michael Brown afternoons, KHOW, Denver.
Let's go to Bob Smith over at RCS Wealth Management. Bob, I got a kind of a difficult question. Do you think individuals are in a retirement crisis?
Well, that's a great question, and you know what? I say they could be, because there are a lot of different factors out there that come into play in retirement. One being, I don't have a plan. I just have investments, and that certainly could be a problem. Regarding what happened in the investment crisis, people are not taking account that they're living longer. What about second careers? What about delaying retirement, or not retirement, but Social Security?
Right.
And how about inflation and rising health care costs? Nobody's thinking about those things, but they should.
But if they come in and see you, those are all the kinds of factors that you take into consideration putting together a plan for somebody. So I would encourage people to give Bob a call at RCS Wealth Management. Easy phone number to remember, 303-777-5500, 777-5500. Or do this, check RCS Wealth Management online at rcswealth.com.
Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Capital Management, LLC, BCM, a registered investment advisor. BCM and RCS Wealth Management are independent of each other.
This report is brought to you by CC's new Endless Pan Pizzas, now on the buffet.
Still working a minor 3-car crash on the shoulder on southbound I-25 approaching County Line. And there's an accident on the ramp from eastbound 6th Avenue onto northbound I-25, causing some backups on the ramp. Off freeway, there's a crash on northbound Wadsworth at 6th, and also an accident on eastbound Arapahoe approaching Parker at Chambers. Your forecast for this evening, partly cloudy. We could see some scattered showers and thunderstorms. We'll cool off to the low 60s overnight tonight. And then tomorrow for your Thursday, partly cloudy with a high near 90 and mostly sunny and 89 on Friday. It is 89 right now in Denver. With your traffic and weather, I'm Janine LaRose, 630 KHOW.
Try new Endless Pan Pizzas at CC's, available in both Meat Eater and Supreme, now on the buffet starting at just $5.99. It's the best price for Endless Pan Pizza, only at CC's. Price and participation vary. Restrictions apply. Visit ccs.com/pan for details.
If you're in the market for a home, you know that interest rates and home prices continue to rise, making it harder to manage housing costs. That's where Belco can help. From now through October 31st, Belco is offering a 3-1 adjustable rate mortgage with interest rates starting as low as 3.99% and an APR of 4.993%. That means you can have a more affordable payment on your new home. The interest rate may increase after closing. To learn more about this offer, visit belco.org/mortgage or call 1-800-BELCO-1. Membership eligibility required. Equal housing opportunity. Belco. Banking for everyone.
Century RV's Labor Day sale is starting early this year. Colorado's largest inventory with over 600 units in stock. Century RV carries Cougar, Kodiak, Rockwood, Alpine, Avalanche, and the largest used inventory in the state. Don't miss the early Labor Day savings at Century RV.
Have you experienced it? That wow factor walking into a kitchen or bath? That kind of wow comes from House Modern. H-A-U-S-S, reflecting their German design and engineering background for meticulous excellence. Turnkey kitchens, baths, and closets. From floors, ceiling, cabinets to countertops, even appliances. HouseModern.com. That's H-A-U-S-S. The eye-popping, gorgeous remodels that take your breath away. See for yourself at their showroom, Santa Fe and Louisiana. Don't just remodel. If you're doing it, do it right. Morphing your kitchen and bath into stunning living space, adding flair, convenience, and value to your home. Not to mention House Modern closet designs, more than run-of-the-mill shelving. Rather, custom plans to get the most beauty and practicality in storage areas. HouseModern.com. That's H-A-U-S-S. 720-325-5040. 720-325-5040. Santa Fe and Louisiana. Or search Modern at referralist.com.
Colorado Eye Center is the vision care you deserve. With 7 convenient locations to serve all of your eye care needs, from routine eye exams to the latest in eyewear and contacts. Visit ColoradoEyeCenter.com to request your appointment today. Colorado Eye Center, the care you deserve.
I'm Robert, and I'm a patient of the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. I was in a funk because I couldn't perform sexually. I had the desire, but I didn't have the physical ability. I lived with this problem for about 12 years. It was depressing and wasn't good for my relationship. I would tell guys who were in a similar situation to skip the fake ads that promise all kinds of things and deliver little or nothing. Go to a legitimate agency that understands your problem medically. Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic were very friendly. They took their time. They understood exactly why I was there. They were very matter of fact, very professional. Amongst other things, I felt very confident that what they were doing was safe. If you struggle with ED, like I did, I would suggest that you overcome your initial embarrassment of the problem and don't just live with it. There is an effective treatment for ED. There are people who understand the problem. Those people are at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic.
This is Jeff, director of the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. You don't have to live with ED anymore. Give us a call at 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
When it's too cold for camping, we go camping. When it's too hot to work, we work. The John Deere Gator XUV 835 comes with game-changing heat and AC and 3 wide seating, so it's never too anything for anything. Nothing runs like the Strong, and nothing runs like a Deere. Visit your John Deere dealer to test drive today. Get $400 off the Gator XUV 835M at participating John Deere dealers now through October 26, 2018. See your dealer for details.
It's time. Time to join the millions of people that meet happy with Zoom video conferencing. Zoom gives you flawless video, crystal clear audio, and instant sharing across any mobile, tablet, or desktop device. But the best thing about Zoom? It just works. So ditch the distractions, join the movement, and meet happy with Zoom video conferencing. Visit Zoom.us to set up your free account today. That's Zoom.us. Zoom video conferencing.
Denver's talk station. Online at khow.com.
And when my heart won't break, and empty space between my lungs, and when my knees won't shake, drink to find inspiration.
Elkie Monroe tweets me and says, according to Robert J. O'Neill, who is a New York Times bestselling author, I don't know, I have to go look him up. The judge in New Mexico who let the jihadis go free used to be a public defender in San Francisco. Your Honor, I rest my case. What more do you need to know? A public defender and in San Francisco. So, of course, she's going to let the jihadis go free. I'll give her credit where credit's due. She didn't let the kidnapper go free. He's still being held on bond, but because he has an outstanding warrant in Georgia. Absent that, he probably would have gone free too. You probably heard at the top of the hour, and I didn't quite listen to it because, well, I don't, how can I say this diplomatically? I tend not to listen to news. It's not a dig on radio or television. I want to hear the weather, and I want to hear the traffic. The news, I will go find myself. I don't need someone to tell me what the news is. But one of the top stories running around is about Jack Phillips and the Masterpiece Cake Shop here in little old Denver, Colorado. Back in June, the Supreme Court decided the case. The case was called Masterpiece Cake Shop versus the Colorado Civil Rights Commission. The Supreme Court case, listen carefully, the Supreme Court issued a powerful rebuke to the Colorado Civil Rights Commission. The rebuke was because the Colorado Civil Rights Commission exhibited extreme religious hostility toward Jack Phillips' Christian faith. Phillips had refused to bake this cake for a same-sex wedding. You know the story. The commission had compared his decision to religious arguments in favor of the KKK and Nazism. The Colorado Civil Rights Commission is a piece of crap that if you don't think elections have consequences, we have the Colorado Civil Rights Commission we have because of the Democrat Party in Colorado. Quite frankly, I think it's the kind of organization that ought to be abolished. If you think that you have a civil rights case, if someone has violated your civil rights, there's already a remedy at law. You can sue in federal court under Title 42, Section 1983 for a civil rights violation. Have at it. If you're that confident that your civil rights have been violated, Don't go to some piss-ante commission called the Colorado Civil Rights Commission, because I can tell you right now, there are a bunch of goobers that if you're a conservative, they're not going to be in your favor. And you're going to have to do everything that Jack Phillips did, fortunately because of legal defense organizations that are willing to take these cases on. He couldn't afford this on his own. Well, now that same pissant organization is going after him for declining to create a custom cake, and this time, a cake celebrating transgenderism. Jack Phillips, bless his little pea-picking heart, has got a target on his back because of dumbasses. And the dumbasses in this state, I'm getting to the point where, but I have nowhere to go. I have nowhere to go. Colorado is, and this election will determine whether this state ends up being another California or not. You've got a clear choice. Sorry, I'm on a rant right now. I'll get back to Jack Phillips in a minute. We have a clear decision to make this year. Are we going to elect a dumbass like Jared Polis, a liberal son of a gun that wants to give free education, free health care, free everything? And I don't care what you think about Walker Stapleton. Oh, I know. Walker Stapleton's an establishment guy. Walker Stapleton's related to the Bushes. Walker Stapleton's last name is, well, Stapleton. Yeah, you know what? I'll take Walker Stapleton in a heartbeat over Jared Polis any day. The decision in this state is clear. Either we continue down this path that the dumbass like John Hickenlooper has done, turning us into California, or we say, hell no, no more. Colorado's going to be a free and independent state. We're not going to be like California. We're not going to be like all these other liberal states. And the choice is clear. Walker Stapleton. Otherwise, you go with Jared Polis. And by God, you go with Jared Polis. Mark my words. This state will be, if you think this state is bad now, with the dumbass policies that we get now, what are you going to do when you've got a Democrat-controlled House and Senate at the state legislature and a Democrat like Jared Polis of all people? Oh, it's decision time, kids. It's decision time. And I don't care. You can throw up everything you want to about Walker Stapleton. Everything that I just said are the arguments that people who, well, he's not conservative enough, he's not this. Okay, fine, what's your choice? The decision has been made, and now we have a choice. The choice is to go with a progressive Marxist like Jared Polis, and you know, he's the typical Marxist too. You know why? Because he makes a boatload of money and then wants to tell you how to spend your money. Or you can go with Walker Stapleton. Yeah, he's got ties to George W. Bush. Yeah, he's got ties to George H.W. Bush. Well, la-di-da. I'll take that any day over a progressive Marxist like Jared Polis. Because you know what? I love this state, and I hate what it's becoming. I despise what this state is becoming. I travel around enough that I know what other places are like. Colorado, with 4 years of Jared Polis and no checks and balances, oh, Denver will be Chicago. The rest of the state will be California. And there'll be little outposts on the eastern plains. There'll be little outposts on the western slope. And the Front Range, with maybe the exception of El Paso County. But everything from Pueblo all the way up to Larimer County and Boulder County will be just like living in San Francisco. Mark my words. If you think that I am being foolish or it's a bunch of hyperbole, save this podcast. Save this hour of this podcast and come back and play it after 4 years of a Jared Polis regime. Yeah, I'll get back to Jack Phillips. By the way, you get Jared Polis, the Colorado Civil Rights Commission, oh, they'll go after anybody.
Text Michael a piece of your mind. Send your message along with his name, Mike, to 57739.
This report is brought to you by the Flood Control District of the 7-county metro area.
Still working a minor 3-car crash on the shoulder on southbound I-25 approaching County Line. Off freeway, there's a crash on northbound Wadsworth at 6th. Also an accident on eastbound Arapahoe approaching Parker Road at Chambers, as well as a crash at Martin Luther King Boulevard and Dahlia. And the lights aren't working at 120th and Lowell, backing things up through there. Your forecast for this evening, partly cloudy. We could see some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Will cool off to the low 60s overnight. And then tomorrow for your Thursday, partly cloudy with a high near 90, mostly sunny and 89 on Friday. It is 89 right now in Denver. With your traffic and weather, I'm Janine LaRose, 630 KHOW.
The Flood Control District of the 7-county metro area, protecting people, property, and our environment. Sign up for early flood alerts at udfcd.org. That's udfcd.org for early flood alerts.
You know the reason you should go with Zoetic Solar is because they have a business model that makes sense for you as a homeowner. With Zoetic Solar, what they do is they replace your current electric bill as payment for your own solar panels. What does that mean? Well, your monthly out-of-pocket is the same as your old electric bill, except that now you own your energy panels. You don't rent them like most places do. No down payments needed, and once your panels are paid off, clearly you obviously have free energy for your house for life. You own those solar panels as opposed to renting them, which is what most of the other companies do. Now, this simultaneously gives you more money in your pocket and increases your home's value. And what's great about Zoetic is when they put solar panels on your roof, they're also going to insulate your attic and put in a smart home thermostat, all for free, saving you even more money. I also like Zoetic because they're a Colorado-owned and operated company right here in Denver, just a few blocks from me. So if you're thinking about solar for your home or your business, I want you to call Zoetic Solar right now for a free quote. 888-637-4447. That's 888-637-4447.
Does your business internet provider promise a lot? Let's hear who really delivers. Comcast Business gives you gig speed in more places. Other providers don't. We offer more complete reliability with up to 6 hours of 4G wireless network backup. The others, no way. We let calls from any of your devices appear to come from your business number. Them, not so much. And Comcast Business Smart Office lets you keep an eye on your business from anywhere. Others, nope. Call 1-800-501-6000 to get 75 megabit internet from the provider who delivers for $49.95 per month when you get 2 voice mobility lines.
Offer ends 9/21/18. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. 2-year term required. Early termination fee applies. Requires subscription to 2 Comcast Business voice mobility lines and additional regular monthly rates. Equipment taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Connection pro restrictions apply. Minimum term agreement required. FLEF 0000279. TNACL 2006. AZROC 307346. CACSLB 1028256. ORCCB 199939. Call for details.
You know, admitting that you have a problem is the first step in solving any problem. For me, it was the constant ringing in my ears and the daily torment that came with it. I'm Tom Tancredo, and for years I was told that there was no cure to help with my tinnitus problem. Then I found Doctors Patty and Lisa at the Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center. Since then, my life has been renewed, and I no longer suffer from the constant irritation of ringing in my ears. You know, I don't get paid to do these messages. I do them because I know and I trust the wonderful work that Doctors Patty and Lisa are doing. Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing has been helping those who suffer with tinnitus for almost 10 years. Wouldn't you rather seek a proven treatment from doctors with that kind of experience? I know I would. If you or someone you know is suffering from ringing in the ears, call Doctors Patty and Lisa today at 303-534-0163 or find them online at helpforringing.com. That's helpforringing.com.
My father developed a disease called farmer's lung. At age 53, he was no longer able to work, so we sold the farm. Now my parents had a nest egg, and they needed it to last as long as they did. Mom outlived Dad and spent 25 years in retirement. Today, it's possible to spend 3 decades in retirement. That's long enough to potentially experience 3 corrections or crashes in the stock market. You make money in the market by being aggressive, but you keep it by being defensive. Hi, this is Carlin Tucker. I made my parents money in the market, but more importantly, I helped them keep it for their 25 years of retirement through numerous market conditions. My all-seasons portfolio prepares you for whatever tomorrow brings. May I create one for you? I'm here to help. Call me, Carlin Tucker, at 303-734-1234. That's 303-734-1234. RetireWithTucker.com.
Have you had to deal with a garage floor or interior floor that's sinking? Brian here with Advanced Mudjacking. Negative drainage on a porch or patio, sloping floors, trip hazards in sidewalks, or just a hole under your concrete from those pesky rabbits. Advanced Mudjacking has the solution. Tried and true methods with sand and cement. No risky foam or chemicals. Go with the proven company that lifts and stabilizes your concrete. Guaranteed. Advanced Mudjacking. 303-424-9441. Or email me, advancedmudjacking@yahoo.com.
I'm in my early 50s, and I really don't feel old, except for one thing. Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky, and that one thing is my hair. It's been thinning for years, and it bugs me almost every time I look in the mirror. But I'm going to do something about it with Dr. David Broadway and Broadway Hair Restoration. Using NeoGraft, a safe and effective, minimally invasive technique, I'm soon going to look, well, more like I want to look. Call Broadway Hair Restoration and schedule your free consultation at 303-680-8989 or online at denverhairrestoration.com.
Century RV's Labor Day sale is starting 2 weeks early this year, with Keystone trailers starting at under $10,000 and discounts up to $30,000 on America's #1 selling trailer, Cougar. You heard that right. Discounts up to $30,000. Don't miss out on Century RV's early Labor Day sale.
Ross Kaminsky, mornings 5 to 10.
November's statewide ballot will have a measure allowing for higher campaign contributions in some circumstances, while a Denver measure will do the opposite. Campaign Finance Insanity, Thursday morning at 8:06 here on 630 KHOW.
Son of a bitch, give me a drink. One of the night, I just can't fit me. Son of a bitch, if I can't get clean, I'm gonna drink my life away.
Okay, so the Colorado Civil Rights Commission is going after Jack Phillips again. This time, a cake celebrating transgenderism is getting him in trouble. Last night, the Alliance for Defending Freedom, the Christian law firm that represented Phillips before the Supreme Court and actually got him a 7-2 victory, filed a federal lawsuit against the commission to forestall any further action against Jack. According to the ADF Senior Vice President of U.S. Legal Division, the state of Colorado, quote, is ignoring the message of the U.S. Supreme Court by continuing to single out Jack for punishment and to exhibit hostility toward his religious beliefs. Even though Jack serves all customers and simply declines to create custom cakes that express messages or celebrate events in violation of his deeply held beliefs, the government is intent on destroying him, something the Supreme Court has already told Colorado not to do. Now, here are the facts that ought to make your blood boil. On the very day that the Supreme Court decided its decision, a caller asked Jack to make a cake with a pink inside and a blue outside, celebrating a gender transition from male to female. So, Jack's shop politely declined, but he believes that the same lawyer, on other occasions, requested that he create other custom cakes with messages that violate his faith. The lawyer, a man that identifies as a woman, you know what I identify as today? An a-hole. Yeah, because that's the mood I'm in. Goes by the name of Autumn Scardina. So shortly after the Supreme Court gave Jack his win, denouncing the Colorado Supreme Court for religious hostility, the state of Colorado began to investigate the cake shop again, finding probable cause that he discriminated against the transgender lawyer that Phillips believes is a guy, a woman, whatever the hell, placed the call. Now, the commission originally ruled that Phillips had discriminated on the basis of sexual orientation against these two goobers when he refused to craft or bake a cake celebrating same-sex wedding ceremony back in 2012. They had two, not they, the cake shop, the Alliance Defending Freedom, had two basic arguments: that Jack's free speech rights enabled him to opt out of baking a cake with a message that he disagreed with, and two, that he was treated unfairly by the commission on the basis of his religion. Now, the Supreme Court gave him a major 7-2 victory on the second argument. But the problem was it took him 6 years to make that decision. So to forestall a second round of litigation, the ADF filed suit against the commission in federal court. We think the circumstances are uniquely aligned to do that, especially since the Supreme Court ruled that the commission had treated Phillips unfairly on the basis of his religion, and they're back trying to do it again. Now, do you hear anything at all about the fact that they've been going after him since the very day that the Supreme Court made its decision? Now, ironically, the Colorado Civil Rights Commission actually defended another baker that refused to bake a cake that would convey a message. In 2015, the same Colorado Civil Rights Commission declined to take a case involving something called Azucar, I don't know how you pronounce it, Azucar. I think it's a Spanish name of some sort. They refused to bake Bible-shaped cakes with messages against homosexuality. Marjorie Silva said she refused to bake the cakes because the writing and the imagery were hateful and offensive. So they upheld that. So apparently, some speech is more equal than others. And in Colorado, if you don't think we're going down the route of California, all you have to do is look at what the Colorado Civil Rights Commission is doing to Jack Phillips and Masterpiece Cake Shop. I don't care. You know what? If you're a freaking liberal, I thought you stood up for free speech. I thought you stood up for people being able, like Muslims, being able to exercise their freedom of religion. I think it's just you don't like Christianity. I think it's you just don't like the fact that somebody of the Christian faith has strongly held religious beliefs that fly in the face of your identity politics. You know what I think about that? You can shove it where the sun doesn't shine. Almost said something I shouldn't say. Came very close on that one. But we can't, I don't know what we can do. I'll reach out to the ADF, see if they need money. Maybe we'll figure if they need money, we'll help raise money for them. We'll do something. But this kind of crap has got to stop. This is the freaking United States of America. And if you want to run a business, you should not be held hostage by the tyranny of identity politics of the left. And if you have strongly held religious beliefs, you ought to be able to exercise those. I don't care if it offends gay people. You know what? There are plenty of cake shops that'll bake a cake for gay people or transgender people. What I'm wondering, are there any bake shops that'll bake a cake for a dumb white Anglo-Saxon Protestant? I might want a piece of cake.
The Michael Brown Show continues after this.
Need a new roof? Get the best. ExcelRoofing.com.
Thinking about LASIK surgery? Spivac Vision Center offers the most advanced technology available with minimal downtime and no pain. Call 303-377-2020 now for a free consultation and to receive $500 off each eye. Spivac Vision Center, the most trusted in LASIK surgery.
Tired of other adults telling you what to do? Online Trading Academy can teach you the skills to be able to trade in the financial markets and fulfill your dreams. This is Dave Logan. Online Trading Academy is the only financial educator that I personally endorse. You can check them out at this week's free half-day class, and you'll see why. Call soon, though, as these free classes fill up fast and space is limited. Online Trading Academy. Reserve your free class at 303-547-3588 or tradingacademy.com.
This report is brought to you by CC's new Endless Pan Pizzas, now on the buffet.
Partly cloudy with a low of 61 tonight, mostly sunny tomorrow, high 88. Slight chance for showers on Friday, high 88. A greater chance for storms on Saturday.
Try new endless pan pizzas at Cece's, available in both Meat Eater and Supreme. Now on the buffet, starting at just $5.99. It's the best price for endless pan pizza, only at Cece's. Price and participation vary. Restrictions apply. Visit ccs.com/pan for details.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station. With Ross Kaminsky mornings, Michael Brown afternoons, KHOW, Denver.
In the jury's hands, I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. Closing arguments made in the fraud trial of former Trump campaign manager, Paul Manafort, both sides focusing on the testimony and credibility of star witness Rick Gates.
Wearing a navy suit and blue shirt, the defendant Paul Manafort listened closely as the prosecutors went first, telling the jurors in their closing arguments that the president's former campaign chairman was dishonest and flouted the IRS. In its closing arguments, the defense emphasized to jurors that the government must prove that Manafort knowingly and willfully violated tax law and banking regulations. The defense also pounded Gates as a liar, a weak witness who stole from his boss and couldn't get his story straight. Lead defense attorney Kevin Downing, quote, "The government was so desperate to convict Mr. Manafort, they made a deal with Rick Gates. How he was able to get the deal he did, I have no idea."
Fox's Catherine Herridge outside the courthouse in Alexandria, Virginia. Senator Mark Warner, the top Democrat on the Senate Intelligence Committee, blasting the Trump administration decision to revoke the security clearance of former CIA Director John Brennan.
When you go out and take away people's security clearances in an effort to try to stifle their First Amendment rights, what that does to these individuals, but what kind of signal it sends to other law enforcement, intelligence community officials.
White House spokeswoman Sarah Sanders defending the decision.
The president has a constitutional responsibility to protect classified information and who has access to it. And that's what he's doing, is fulfilling that responsibility in this action.
Brennan has been highly critical of President Trump, but Sanders says the decision was not political. Government regulators have subpoenaed Tesla as they dig deeper into CEO Elon Musk's disclosure about a potential buyout. The SEC opened an inquiry shortly after Musk surprised investors with a tweet last week. Fox News, fair and balanced.
I'm Jay Farner, CEO of Quicken Loans. Buying a home should be one of life's best experiences, but today's fluctuating interest rates can leave you with unexpected higher payments, and that can turn a great experience into an anxious one. At Quicken Loans, we've created a new way to protect you from unpredictable interest rates. It's called the Power Buying Process. We check your income, assets, and credit to provide you with a verified approval, which can give you the strength of a cash buyer. Once verified, you qualify for our exclusive Rate Shield approval. First, we lock your interest rate for up to 90 days while you find your new home. Then, once you've found your new home, if rates have gone up, your rate stays locked. But if rates have gone down, your rate drops, and you get to keep that new lower rate. Either way, you win. Call us today at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Rate Shield approval only valid on certain 30-year fixed-rate loans. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030. Additional conditions or exclusions may apply.
KHOW News Time, 5:03.
The FBI and the CBI are now involved in searching for a missing woman from Frederick and her two daughters. Frederick Police spokesman Sergeant Dean Albert.
I also want to take this time to assure everyone that there is no reason to believe that the public is at risk.
34-year-old Shanann Watts and her 3- and 4-year-old girls were reported missing on Monday. Her husband, Chris Watts, says his kids are his life.
I miss telling them, hey, you got to eat that or you're not going to get your dessert, and just like you're not going to get your snack after. I miss that.
Shanann is 15 weeks pregnant. Her purse and medicines for the kids were left in the home. Police say he was kicked out of a bar in Thornton for fighting on Saturday night and returned with a gun and started shooting. 36-year-old Gary Weidman has now been charged with first-degree murder and attempted murder. Bartender Brenda Martinez was killed in that melee. Insurance experts say last week's storm in Colorado Springs caused $172.8 million in hail damage. That's the latest. I'm Kathy Walker.
This report is brought to you by Jordan Law.
An earlier accident on southbound I-25 approaching County Line has been cleared, but still some residual slowing on that southbound drive through the Tech Center. Off freeway, still working an accident on eastbound Arapahoe approaching Parker Road at Chambers, and also a crash at Martin Luther King Boulevard and Dahlia. And the lights aren't working at 120th and Lowell. That's backing things up through there. Your forecast for this evening, partly cloudy with a chance for some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Will cool off to the low 60s overnight. And then tomorrow for your Thursday, partly cloudy with a high near 90 and mostly sunny and 89 on Friday. It is 89 right now in Denver. With your traffic and weather, I'm Janine LaRose, 630 KHOW.
Hi, I'm Jason Jordan with JordanLaw.com. Our many verdicts in both federal and state courts has created a reputation that has resulted in our ability to settle many of our clients' cases without having to go to trial. We give our clients a voice. Visit us at JordanLaw.com. Call 303-INJURED.
It's Michael Brown.
You can try to find Michael Brown.
Brownie, you're doing a heck of a job.
This is the Michael Brown Show.
Hold on tight to your dream. Yeah. Hold on tight to your dream.
I want to read an email. Angie, guess who we've heard from?
Who?
Our transgender listener, Sarah Marie. MB, if you're just tuning in, I was on this tirade. I was on several tirades the last hour, wasn't I? I should have brought my blood pressure monitor in. You know, I come in most days, seriously, I come in consciously trying to avoid going off on rants. It's cathartic for me, but I try to avoid it because I don't think it's very good radio. But sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. And when I think about what's happening to this wonderful state and the choice we're going to have, and I can hear it now. I'm probably, here I go again, Angie, here I go. I am probably, those of you who know me personally, know that I'm probably as far right and libertarian and a lover of the Constitution as anybody you'll find. It's my background in law, it's my background in politics, it's all of those things. I have a deep love for this republic. And that's why I get so wrapped around the axle about what not only is happening to the country, but what is happening to this state. This is my adopted state. Tamara and I came in here a long time ago, back during the Dust Bowl. That's when my grandparents came. My grandparents came to the San Luis Valley back during the Dust Bowl. And I'm always grateful that they never made it all the way, because they were Okies. They were headed to California. I don't think if you can get AM in heaven, I hope they're listening, because I want to tell them how grateful they are that I am, that their old jalopy broke down in Saguache, Colorado, and they never made it to California. I think they would even admit that too. I think there's no doubt in my mind they would admit it. But considering my politics, I'm also what I think. I know some of you are going to laugh out loud when I say this. I'm actually a very open-minded person. I don't give a rat's ass if you're transgender. And I don't mean that pejoratively to you, Sarah. It's just that I just don't care. Any more than I care that I was born male and some people are born female. I just don't care. It's like the gay friends that I have. I have this conversation. Probably one of my 3 closest friends is gay and a Mormon. Now figure that one out, right? He and I were just, we were just having, he called me during lunch today. He lives out on the West Coast. We were both expressing our frustrations at how, why is it that you can't be conservative and be open-minded at the same time? He's having a lot of problems with that because he's in public education. And, of course, in public education, there tends to be more left of center than right of center. So everybody assumes that because he's gay, he's left of center. And he's not. What's the point of where I'm trying to ramble on and get to is this. My rant last hour about Colorado becoming California. And there's never been a starker choice than this year, because you cannot get further left than Jared Polis. Jared Polis is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. It's just that he's smarter and more articulate. But never mistake that under that sheep's clothing, he is a socialist. He's a stereotypical socialist. He's like Bernie Sanders. You know, Bernie's got all of his, big-ass homes. And I don't begrudge anybody having a big-ass home. What I do begrudge are people that have big-ass homes but tell the rest of us that we have to give up our money so the rest of the world can be equal. Well, screw you. There will be, and here's my point, and I'll move on. There will be Republicans who will look at Walker Stapleton and say, okay, he's not conservative enough. There will be Republicans that will look at Walker Stapleton and say, okay, he's too establishment. Help me understand. So that means you're either not going to vote, which means in essence you're giving your vote away to a Jared Polis? Because I don't care whether at this stage, I don't care whether Walker Stapleton is related to Attila the Hun, George Bush, Richard Nixon, Ronald Reagan, Michael Brown, or, I don't know, Joe Schmo. What I care about is that he represents at least an ideology that is not Jared Polis. The choice is clear. You either elect Jared Polis and Colorado becomes California. Because if Jared Polis gets elected, that means there's probably enough Democrats that Democrats take the Colorado legislature, and we'll just be left to watch. Just to watch. I don't care. You know, the sad part is, I know Jared and Walker both personally. I've broken bread with Jared Polis. And I'll tell you right now, and I'd tell it right to his face, I'll work my ass off to keep him from getting elected. Because he represents everything that is wrong with liberalism, socialism, Marxism. He is stereotypical. He's a Tom Steyer. I was trying to think of an example. He's a Tom Steyer, a guy that's got deep pockets, thinks he can buy an election and impose his view of, these guys make money in a capitalist society and then think they know better how you should spend your money or what you should spend your money on or how much taxes you should pay, because whatever tax you're paying, I guarantee you, they don't think it's your fair share. Let me get back to Sarah's email. MB. this BS going on about remember, she's our transgender listener. She's our token transgender listener. Unless I got a bunch more I don't know about. If you're transgender and you listen to this program, you ought to let me know. I blew the clock, Angie. I can't read Sarah Marie's email in 9 seconds. So what am I going to do? What are you eating?
Nothing.
You are too. You're chewing on something.
You don't know that.
I saw you. You don't have to put up with that. My life is just a living hell. So I'm going to have a sip. Oh, you know what I could do, Angie? I forgot I've got this over here. I could just pour a little of this into here, and the show would go so much better. Should I give them a show if they're on YouTube or Facebook?
This report is brought to you by the Flood Control District of the 7-county metro area.
Heavy volume slowing around the system right now. Off freeway, still working an accident on eastbound Arapahoe, approaching Parker Road at Chambers. Arapahoe is slow all the way back to Havana. Also a crash at Martin Luther King Boulevard in Dahlia. And the lights aren't working at 120th and Lowell, backing things up through there. Your forecast for this evening, partly cloudy with a slight chance for some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Will cool off to the low 60s overnight tonight. Partly cloudy tomorrow for your Thursday with a high near 90 and mostly sunny and 89 on Friday. It is 89 right now in Denver. With your traffic and weather, I'm Janine LaRose, 630 KHOW.
The Flood Control District of the 7-county metro area, protecting people, property, and our environment. Sign up for early flood alerts at udfcd.org. That's udfcd.org for early flood alerts.
You know, if you're tired of all the anti-Trump spin from CNN and MSNBC and you want to see something more than just same old Fox News, I want you to check out Newsmax TV. In fact, every Monday and Wednesday night at 8 Eastern, you can watch Bill O'Reilly give his take on the big events making the news. And Bill's weekly show, the No Spin News Show, airs on Newsmax TV every Saturday and every Sunday. You know, Newsmax TV is America's fastest growing cable channel. It's real news for real people. You know, I watch Newsmax TV a lot, and I'm on Newsmax TV some. I want you to tune in anytime. You might see Bill O'Reilly, Alan Dershowitz, Mike Reagan, Bernie Carrick, heck, even me, and a lot of others. Newsmax TV is on DirecTV channel 349, dish 216, UVerse 1220, and file 615. That's DirecTV channel 349, dish 216, UVerse 1220, and file 615. Now, if you don't get Newsmax TV, here's what I want you to do. Call your cable company. Tell them that you want Newsmax TV, and tell them because it's real news for real people.
I'm an architect.
I'm a doctor.
Music producer.
I'm an accountant.
We're business owners. When I found out that I could download big files.
Really big files.
Huge files.
CAD files.
X-rays. Cloud files.
Audio files.
Zip files.
In seconds.
Not minutes. In seconds.
And that all my employees.
With all their devices.
Would have more than enough bandwidth.
I said, wow.
Wow.
Boom.
Sign me up.
That's a dream come true.
Introducing GigSpeed from Comcast Business. With download speeds up to 20 times faster than what most people have. Tons of bandwidth for everything your business does every day. And an affordable price. It's a small business owner's dream.
Now, I'm dreaming gig.
Really, really gig.
Comcast is building the largest GigSpeed network in the country. Now more small businesses in more places can dream gig. Comcast Business. Built for business. Visit dreamgig.com to learn more. Restrictions apply. May not be available in all areas. Actual speeds vary and are not guaranteed.
Pat Miller, Gabby Gourmet. If you haven't been to Bittersweet, you're missing one of Denver's top restaurants. Olaf Peterson will join me as we tell you all about Bittersweet and the new openings around town this Saturday from 1 to 2 on 630 KHOW.
You know what I like is when you can predict exactly what something will cost you. With Fix-It 24/7, they want to make it easy. $45 for a bad receptacle or a bad switch, and you get brand new ones. And of course, they're available for all of your electrical, plumbing, heating, cooling, and drains. 303-526-3939 or fixmyhome.com.
When your house is in trouble, fix it 24/7. We'll be there on the double.
Fixmyhome.com.
My father developed a disease called farmer's lung. At age 53, he was no longer able to work, so we sold the farm. Now my parents had a nest egg, and they needed it to last as long as they did. Mom outlived Dad and spent 25 years in retirement. Today, it's possible to spend 3 decades in retirement. That's long enough to potentially experience 3 corrections or crashes in the stock market. You make money in the market by being aggressive, but you keep it by being defensive. Hi, this is Carlin Tucker. I made my parents money in the market, but more importantly, I helped them keep it for their 25 years of retirement through numerous market conditions. My all-seasons portfolio prepares you for whatever tomorrow brings. May I create one for you? I'm here to help. Call me, Carlin Tucker, at 303-734-1234. That's 303-734-1234. RetireWithTucker.com.
Did you know there's a way to list your home to attract multiple offers and incite bidding wars? Hi, I'm Tom Martino. Do you know what it is? Don't feel bad. Neither do most real estate brokers. But Frank Duran, the real estate man, uses this system in all of his listings.
There's simply no substitute for drive, discipline, passion, and experience, and we give you that.
Frank Duran, part of RE/MAX Alliance. No one better. 303-920-1622. 920-1622.
This is Dan Kaplis. The best thing about being a personal injury lawyer for the past 34 years is the people that I get to be around. So many people who have suffered a serious injury or have lost a loved one to a wrongful death respond to that with superhuman courage, faith, and determination that inspires everyone around them. They will not be broken. They demand justice, and they want to help make sure that the wrongdoer does not hurt or kill anyone else. It's a privilege to be chosen to fight for such courageous people, and because we take righteous cases on a percentage fee basis, we're able to help courageous people from all walks of life, from the poorest of the poor to CEOs, police officers, farmers, teachers, and professional athletes. If you need my help, please give me a call at 303-770-5551. That's 303-770-5551, or hit dankapleslaw.com. That's dankapleslaw.com.
Tom Martino, the troubleshooter. Tomorrow morning at 10.
Big changes in the real estate market coming. We'll talk about buying and selling real estate on the next Troubleshooter show tomorrow at 10.
Troubleshooter Tom Martino on 630 KHOW.
Somebody truck in a farmer's field, a no trespass sign, and time to kill.
Thank you, Agent 6. Agent 6 sends me an email. Alternative thought. Something to get Jared Polis out of your mind. And you are welcome for the diversion. And it's a old nude photo of Lena Dunham or something. Ugh. Angie, do you have any anti-nausea medicine in there?
No,
Okay.
but I can find some.
Well, if you saw this picture, tell Wiper Man to come in here and I'll show him this picture. Oh. So I want to read Sarah. Focus, Mike. Focus. Take your meds and focus. Sarah Marie, who is our... Oh, he really is coming in, isn't he? See if this doesn't make you ill. Oh, I deleted it already. Hang on. It'll be at the top of my trash. Oh. You okay? Are you okay?
I'm skipping dinner tonight.
Go play your little Rockies game, whatever you do. Go do your little Rockies game. Leave us real broadcasters in here to do a real show. Okay, back to Sarah Marie's email. This is in response to my rant about the Colorado Civil Rights Commission, which seems like days ago. MB, this BS going on about Mr. Phillips sounds like a setup to me, and because of it, please don't lump all trans people into one pile. As you know, I am a conservative transgender woman, and I'm so proud of Jack Phillips for standing up for his beliefs. Not all of us that are trans have an agenda. And in fact, most of us just want to live our lives like everyone else. I'm so tired of people looking for something to fuss about, because if someone doesn't want to sell to me, God bless him or her or whatever, he has the right to say no, and I've got the right to go elsewhere. Signed, Sarah. Sarah also has a tagline to her emails. I love this. A girl should be two things, classy and fabulous. Coco Chanel. But here's the sentence that I like. Not all of us that are trans, and I would insert for like my buddy out that I was just talking to at noon today, gay, not all of us that are trans or gay or whatever have an agenda. And in fact, most of us just want to live our lives like everyone else. Kind of can't do that anymore though, can we? Here's something to get your mind off Jared Polis and Walker Stapleton and the Californication of Colorado. Prager University decided to go to, phooey. I think this is Santa Barbara.
What's up, guys? This is Will Whitt from PragerU. Today we're in beautiful Santa Barbara, and we're going to be asking people about plastic straws and should they be banned. Should plastic straws be banned?
Hell yeah, they should.
Should we ban plastic straws?
Absolutely.
Do you think we should ban plastic straws?
I do.
Now, I want to stop because you're about to hear from a guy. At least that's what I think. And as he is berating plastic straws, guess what he has, because he's a hipster? Guess what he has in his hand? One of those big-ass bottles of core water or vitamin water or whatever that crap is that you overpay for at the convenience store or at Whole Paycheck or Whole Foods because it makes you look cool. Yeah. And it's got one of those plastic flip tops on the top of it. How much plastic do you think is in that thing? Oh, and the rest of them? Every single one of them. Every single person that this guy talks to has a smartphone in their hand. They're all concerned about the environment. They all have, the other thing they're wearing? Sunglasses. Yeah. Where do you think their sunglasses come from? Yep. Plastic.
Why do you think that?
Because they're bad for the environment and they cause a lot of pollution. They kill the baby sea turtles.
What else should we ban to help save the environment?
Oh my goodness. Come up with a better idea for like plastic lids on to-go cups and
Paper lids.
paper lids would be great.
What do you guys do to help eliminate your carbon footprint?
Recycle.
Wow. Heartwarming. What else could we do to help fix the environment?
I think
this is the guy. I think this is a guy.
You know, what I've been like seeing in different places, like people have just been like planting fruit trees in public streets, and that's like dope.
In the ocean.
Planting fruit trees. Let's all get together, the Michael Brown gang. Let's have a day of planting a fruit tree. And then we can just wash our hands of everything else. We can enjoy our sunglasses, our smartphones, our laptops, and our straws, because we will have done our duty.
If you cut open a fish, I saw like an article about this, and like all that's inside them are plastic straws.
Should businesses be...
And like I read this article one time, and like I saw the picture, and like if you open a fish, it's like all full of plastic and stuff. Yeah. That'll be the first female president of the United States of America right there.
I saw like an article about this, and like all that's inside them are plastic straws.
Should businesses be able to choose whether or not to use plastic, or should the government just tell them they can't use it?
I think the government should tell them we should stop using plastic.
Think about...
Yes. What a good little status she is. I think the government should just force people to quit using plastic straws. You know, I'm kind of, my life would be your life would be so much easier. Let's just all go to the dark side. Well, I kind of feel like I'm in the dark side right now. Let's just all go to the dark side. More government, just think about it. We don't have to make choices. Think about it. You go to the freaking grocery store. How many choices do we need of paper towels? How many choices of milk do we need? How many choices of, I don't know, baked beans do you need? Just give us one. The government brand of beans. Government beans. Government paper towels. Life would be so much easier. Just ask any former citizen of the Soviet Union. You don't have to make decisions.
Got it. Like, people could eat fruit for free. Like, state, like, planted by the state. Trees planted by the state. They could eat fruit. Homeless people could eat fruit.
See? The state plants fruit trees. The homeless eat the fruit off the fruit trees. Problem solved. I guess I just make things way too complicated.
And it's giving oxygen into the air.
So the government pays for the fruit trees?
Sure, why not?
And what do you think's worse? Plastic straws here, or people coming into this country illegally?
Oh my God, plastic straws.
Just shoot me. Just shoot.
The Michael Brown Show, where the facts don't matter. Well, his do. The show returns in a moment. This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station. With Ross Kaminsky mornings, Michael Brown afternoons, KHOW, Denver.
Let's go to Bob Smith over at RCS Wealth Management. Bob, I got a kind of a difficult question. Do you think individuals are in a retirement crisis?
Well, that's a great question. And you know what? I say they could be, because there are a lot of different factors out there that come into play in retirement. One being, I don't have a plan. I just have investments. And that certainly could be a problem. Regarding what happened in the investment crisis, people are not taking account that they're living longer. What about second careers? What about delaying retirement, or not retirement, but Social Security?
Right.
And how about inflation and rising health care costs? Nobody's thinking about those things, but they should.
But if they come in and see you, those are all the kinds of factors that you take into consideration putting together a plan for somebody. So I would encourage people to give Bob a call at RCS Wealth Management. Easy phone number to remember, 303-777-5500, 777-5500. Or do this, check RCS Wealth Management online at rcswealth.com.
Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Capital Management, LLC, BCM, a registered investment advisor. BCM and RCS Wealth Management are independent of each other.
From the Fox Business Network, on Wall Street, stocks bouncing back to close higher, with the S&P 500 snapping its longest losing streak since March as worries of Turkey's currency crisis abated, with the Dow closing up 112 points, Nasdaq up 51, and the S&P 500 up 18. And shares of Tapestry closing up 12% higher after the parent company of Coach and Kate Spade reported quarterly results that topped Wall Street's expectations. And McDonald's is making a hefty investment to revamp its restaurants across the country. The fast food chain and its franchisees are spending $6 billion to modernize its restaurants both inside and out. The company is planning new dining rooms, digital self-order kiosks, new menu boards, and special parking spots for curbside pickups. Hundreds of restaurants in every state will see changes implemented. McDonald's says it plans to update all of its restaurants by 2020. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Hillary Barsky.
And now, the worst commercial ever.
I'm Jake. And I'm Jack. We're the Plow Guys. How do we keep your driveways clean? With commercial auto and business insurance through Progressive. They help with a customized insurance plan that keeps our business on the road. And that's news worth shouting out loud simultaneously.
Enthusiastic yelling at the same time.
Yeah!
Terrible. Whereas commercial auto and business insurance through Progressive is anything but. Visit progressivecommercial.com to quote today. Insurance provided and serviced by Progressive Casualty Insurance Company. It's affiliated and third-party insurers.
This report is brought to you by CC's new Endless Pan Pizzas, now on the buffet.
Heavy volume slowing around the system as we hit the peak of rush hour. Off freeway, still working an accident on eastbound Arapahoe approaching Parker Road at Chambers. Arapahoe jammed all the way back to Havana. Also a crash at Lincoln and Park Meadows Boulevard, as well as one on University at Highlands Ranch Parkway. And the lights are out at 120th and Lowell, backing things up there. Your forecast for this evening, partly cloudy. We could see some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Will cool off to the low 60s overnight. And then tomorrow for your Thursday, a mix of clouds and sun with a high near 90. Mostly sunny and 89 on Friday. It is 89 right now in Denver. With your traffic and weather, I'm Janine LaRose, 630 KHOW.
Try new Endless Pan Pizzas at Cece's, available in both Meat Eater and Supreme. Now on the buffet, starting at just $5.99. It's the best price for Endless Pan Pizza, only at Cece's. Price and participation vary. Restrictions apply. Visit ccs.com/pan for details.
So hail and severe storm season is here, and that's why I'm glad to be working once again with Spike McCarthy and Golden Spike Roofing. Golden Spike's a local company, and they're dedicated to providing a better quality roof for the money than anybody else in town. Spike, the owner, great guy. Spike is so committed to quality and making sure that your new roof is done right, he's not going to be satisfied until you're satisfied. Now, living in Colorado, we know that hail's not the only thing that can damage your roof. The recent high winds we've had can also cause problems. So if you think you have damage or you don't know, I want you to call Golden Spike because you can get a thorough and a free inspection. Maybe you have an insurance claim. Well, call Golden Spike first. They will assist you through the process, everything from claim to completion. Look, I don't want you to take a chance on an out-of-state fly-by-night roofer. So for roofing done right to the last nail, call Golden Spike Roofing. 303-942-1386. That's 303-942-1386.
Hi, it's Mandy Connell. Join my friends Gary Bell and Brad Pollock for the Bell and Pollock Legal Show right here on KHOW every Saturday morning at 7. It's a live call-in show to give Coloradans like you free legal advice on any topic you'd like to discuss with them.
Does your business internet provider promise a lot? Let's hear who really delivers. Comcast Business gives you gig speed in more places. Other providers don't. We offer more complete reliability with up to 6 hours of 4G wireless network backup. The others, no way. We let calls from any of your devices appear to come from your business number. Them, not so much. And Comcast Business Smart Office lets you keep an eye on your business from anywhere. Others, nope. Call 1-800-501-6000 to get 75 megabit internet from the provider who delivers for $49.95 per month when you get 2 voice mobility lines.
Offer ends 9/21/18. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. 2-year term required. Early termination fee applies. Requires subscription to 2 Comcast Business voice mobility lines and additional regular monthly rates. Equipment taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Connection per restrictions apply. Minimum term agreement required. FLEF 0000279. TNA CL 2006. AZROC 307346. CA CSLB 1028256. ORCCB 199939. Call for details.
Sinking, heaving concrete, cracks in the garage, basement, sidewalks, stairs, and front porches shifting? Don't replace, fix with Crackerjack Mudjacking. 303-410-7787. 410-7787. CrackerjackMudjacking.com.
Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW.
Days and I'm tired. Damn this knuckle busting.
We should take a moment, a serious moment, to recognize that today is Maxine Waters' birthday. Happy birthday, Maxine.
I'm not going to be diverted in what I'm doing to bring attention to this lying con man. I am going to continue to... I
wonder who she's talking about. A lying con man. Keith Ellison? Chuck Schumer? Let me think about that for a minute.
Assist him. I'm going to fight. I'm going to tell the truth about him. And I'm not going to allow him to somehow intimidate me. I don't care what he says about me. I know who I am. I know what I do. I am the ranking member of the Financial Services Committee of the United States House of Representatives, where I guide my colleagues in the Democratic Party on financial services issues dealing with Wall Street, all of the insurance companies, all of the oversight agencies.
I wonder how much money she takes from Wall Street, because I bet she's against money in politics. Yeah. Here she is again.
Listen, he's trying to frighten, whites about Maxine Waters. Here's his...
I'm serious. Do you think, and I'm going to assume that she's talking about the president, do you think that President Trump is trying to scare white people about Maxine Waters? All right, yeah, I don't either. But let's pretend for a moment. that he really is. What's scary about Maxine Waters? Yeah, you're right. She really is stupid.
Black woman, and she's controversial, and she said things about me, and she does not move away from her position on impeachment, etc. He's trying to frighten them.
I didn't know that impeachment, etc. was I should pull my Constitution out. I didn't know that impeachment, etc. was a process. We're going to file articles of impeachment, etc. against the president.
It's not going to work. In the final analysis, even some of those people who voted for him, who are going to be hurt by his tariff policies and who's going to be hurt by his tax policies, are going to see who he is eventually. Many of them are going to move away from him. I know there's a lot of talk about his constituency and the people who are going to stand with him no matter what he does. It's not enough of them. They're not going to win. We're going to win because we're on the right track for protecting our democracy.
Should I let it go? All right.
We're the real patriots who are standing up for what we believe this democracy is all.
I can't let it go. Why are Democrats so stuck on calling this republic a democracy? Well, one, I think because they're stupid. I sincerely do not believe that they understand the difference between a democracy and a republic. If they did, they'd be a little more self-conscious, I think, about using that phrase, because a democracy inevitably fails. Or maybe that's just really what they want.
All about. And so let him continue to try and frighten people, to scare people, to call folks names. It's not going to work. We're too smart for that. We're going to stay on the issues. We're going to talk about health care. We're going to talk about Obamacare.
We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about that. In fact, we're just going to talk.
Congresswoman, your birthday is on Wednesday.
Yes.
So pre-happy birthday. But on Wednesday, if you could be granted one birthday wish, what would that be?
I guess now my biggest birthday wish would be that we're able to get a leader of this country who represents us, who has the respect of all of our allies all over the world, someone who has an appreciation for the Constitution, someone that does not lie every morning when they get up with these tweets, someone who not only respects women, but all of the people, and instead of dividing us, would take leadership to bring us all together. This is the greatest country in the world, but he's undermining our democracy. He is making us ashamed of him, and he has been destructive to this democracy. This is a man who's criticizing NFL players because they're not doing what he thinks they should do in saluting the flag in the way that he wants them to. He doesn't even know the words to the Star-Spangled Banner. And
I do solemnly swear that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States and belt out all stanzas of the Star-Spangled Banner. So help me God. Congratulations, Mr. President. Congratulations.
And so he is not truthful. He is a hypocrite. And I would wish that we could remove him from office and go about getting the kind of president that we could all be proud of.
Mike Pence. Mike Pence. There's a part of me, although when you play it out and you understand the ramifications, well, you can actually play it out if you game this out, the actual impeachment and conviction of Donald Trump. What does that do for 2020? Because you would then have a lot, I mean a lot, of pissed off Republicans, conservatives, libertarians, blacks, Hispanics. They would be really ticked off. And then you have Mike Pence as president, which would really, really tick off the left. Because you know Mike Pence wants to castrate gays or hang them up by, cranes until they're dead. Or Mike Pence, actually, I think his preferred method is to frog march them into the White House, march them up to the East Wing, and then shove them off the South Portico. Except the problem is I don't think it's high enough to actually kill them. So maybe he could take them to the Capitol Dome and just shove gays. Like, could we just line the gays up? Just a big line all the way stretching from Capitol Hill all the way across the Memorial Bridge off into Virginia, just all the way down to Key West. Just line them up, and one by one, march them up in the rotunda, and then just shove them off. And we could just watch the gays tumble down, the dome, and then they'd stumble down the steps, and they'd break their necks and break their backs. And by the time they finally got to the bottom, if they weren't dead by that point, well, then Republicans could just gather around, and we'd just provide stones, and we could just finish stoning them to death. Man, we live in a world of dumbassery.
Text Michael a piece of your mind. Send your message along with his name, Mike, to 57739.
This report is brought to you by CC's new Endless Pan Pizzas, now on the buffet.
We have a report of an accident on northbound I-25 at the I-76 interchange. That northbound stretch slow all the way back to Broadway. Off freeway, still working a crash on eastbound Arapahoe approaching Parker Road. Arapahoe jammed all the way back to Havana. Also a crash at Lincoln and Park Meadows Boulevard, as well as one at University and Highlands Ranch Parkway, as well as one at Havana and Ilive. Your forecast for this evening, partly cloudy with a chance for some scattered showers and thunderstorms, cooling off to the low 60s overnight. And then tomorrow for your Thursday, a mix of clouds and sun with a high near 90, mostly sunny and 89 on Friday. It is 90 right now in Denver. With your traffic and weather, I'm Janine LaRose, 630 KHOW.
Try new Endless Pan Pizzas at CC's, available in both Meat Eater and Supreme, now on the buffet starting at just $5.99. It's the best price for Endless Pan Pizza, only at CC's. Price and participation vary. Restrictions apply. Visit ccs.com/pan for details.
Coloradans 62 and older, are you not feeling as financially secure as you'd like to? Is cash flow tight? Are you retiring or experiencing a life change? And do you own your own home? Then consider a reverse mortgage from American Financing. Reverse mortgages are loans that pay you monthly by using the equity in your home. They also protect your spouse from possibly losing your home if you pass away, and FHA ensures that you never owe more than your house is worth. Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky, and here are the facts. You benefit immediately from no monthly mortgage payments, and you have access to tax-free money, all while owning your home. That's right, you still own your home, but now have access to your equity when you need it most. With a reverse mortgage from American Financing, you can feel confident about living your golden years with financial comfort and security. Their mortgage consultants are salary-based, so conversations are simple, straightforward, and honest. Call American Financing today at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or online at AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
Whether you're considering a home purchase or refinance, Belco has great news. We've just extended our no origination fee offer, which can give you more buying power in a competitive market. For a limited time, when you apply for a Belco First Mortgage, you'll pay no origination fee at closing. Saving you thousands of dollars on closing costs is just one of the ways Belco can help you combat rising home prices. For offer conditions and restrictions, visit belco.org/mortgage. Membership eligibility required. Equal housing opportunity. All loans subject to approval. Belco. Banking for everyone.
Pat Miller, Gabby Gourmet. If you haven't been to Bittersweet, you're missing one of Denver's top restaurants. Olaf Peterson will join me as we tell you all about Bittersweet and the new openings around town this Saturday from 1 to 2 on 630 KHOW.
You know what I like is when you can predict exactly what something will cost you. With Fix-It 24/7, they want to make it easy. $45 for a bad receptacle or a bad switch, and you get brand new ones. And of course, they're available for all of your electrical, plumbing, heating, cooling, and drains. 303-526-3939 or fixmyhome.com.
When your house is in trouble, fix it 24/7. We'll be there on the double.
Fixmyhome.com.
My father developed a disease called farmer's lung. At age 53, he was no longer able to work, so we sold the farm. Now my parents had a nest egg, and they needed it to last as long as they did. Mom outlived Dad and spent 25 years in retirement. Today, it's possible to spend 3 decades in retirement. That's long enough to potentially experience 3 corrections or crashes in the stock market. You make money in the market by being aggressive, but you keep it by being defensive. Hi, this is Carlin Tucker. I made my parents money in the market, but more importantly, I helped them keep it for their 25 years of retirement through numerous market conditions. My all-seasons portfolio prepares you for whatever tomorrow brings. May I create one for you? I'm here to help. Call me, Carlin Tucker, at 303-734-1234. That's 303-734-1234. RetireWithTucker.com.
Where can you attend a 2-day event for just $10 and the parking is free? Only the Tanner Gun Show. A $10 ticket gets you in both days this weekend at the Denver Mart. Buy, sell, or trade at over 700 tables with the most new and used guns displayed. There's free gun and accessory giveaways both days with no purchase necessary. Tanner supports responsible gun ownership, and background checks are run on all gun purchases. Don't miss the Tanner Gun Show this weekend at the Denver Mart, 58th and I-25. Visit TannerGunShow.com.
Do you suffer from dental phobia? Those painful twice-a-year outbreaks of swollen anxiety or inflamed fear? Then a Willow Creek Way independent dentist may be the remedy you're after. We offer exceptional dental care, your way, whatever that way is, with no pressure, no fear, and no judgment. We'll even play your favorite music while you're here. Plus, new patients receive a free Philips Sonicare electric toothbrush. For exceptional dental care, your way, visit WillowCreekWay.com.
Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair is taking the mystery and fear out of the repair process. Now, they'll find and fix any problem on your car for a guaranteed $89 plus parts. That's all you pay, or the visit's free. And if the problem is major and they can't possibly fix it for $89, they won't charge you a dime, but you'll get a comprehensive written diagnostic. That's fine, fix, or free. $89 at Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair. 303-781-9858. 781-9858.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years.
He was in big trouble.
We're going to take your house, garnish your pay.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm, and rated A+ by the Better Business Bureau.
I don't owe the IRS anymore. It was because of Optima Tax.
Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-960-1575. 800-960-1575.
Optima Tax Relief.
For details, visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Ross Kaminsky, mornings 5 to 10.
November's statewide ballot will have a measure allowing for higher campaign contributions in some circumstances, while a Denver measure will do the opposite. Campaign Finance Insanity, Thursday morning at 8:06 here on 630 KHOW.
I've been up to my neck, working 6 days a week, wearing holes in the soles of the shoes on my feet. Been dreaming of getting away since I don't know.
Let's talk about security clearances for a moment. Not trying to brag, just want to establish that I know what I'm talking about. I had a security clearance with the CIA, the DIA, the NSA, the Department of Energy, a Q clearance. Obviously had special access program clearances for different things. I had a clearance that had to do with Congress, one to do with the Supreme Court. I had clearances out the wazoo. You may have heard today that the president has himself decided or is deciding to revoke the security clearance of former CIA Director and National Director of Intelligence John Brennan. Well, la-di-da. A security clearance is not, as somebody asked me on YouTube, a constitutional right. You have no right whatsoever to a clearance. And even though you may have a clearance, every clearance includes either explicitly or implicitly that even though you may have a clearance to certain programs, even then it's on a need-to-know basis. So just because I have a clearance and I'm sitting in a meeting, if the person who is presenting the material wants to limit that and doesn't believe that I have a need to know whatever material he's covering, then he has an obligation, and he and I have a mutual obligation for him to ask me to excuse myself and for me to excuse myself from the room. Security clearances are generally, I want to make this as broad as possible, security clearances are generally granted for a specific period of time, particularly for those who are career civil servants. And the reason for that is you've got a guy that's a bureaucrat and he's got a clearance. You want to grant that clearance for either a particular period of time so that you don't have to every year or annually or whatever go through all of the rigmarole of a background check to re-secure the security clearance for that particular program. The revocation of a security clearance is really no big deal. I have a personal theory. Now, for political appointees, it's slightly different. For political appointees, generally your clearances, unless you ask them to be parked, are generally revoked and you're read out of the programs when you leave government service. I asked that a few of my clearances be parked, only because I thought maybe I might end up with a particular consulting firm where that clearance was going to be put to use managing some programs. I ended up not doing that. And in fact, I ended up not only not doing that, I asked that those clearances be revoked. That I be read out of the programs. Primarily because I didn't want any more liability. Now, one could argue that the liability still continues because there are still things that I still can't talk about, even though I no longer have a clearance. Some of those programs are still in existence, and they're still special access programs, and I just can't talk about them. I don't talk about them to Tamara. I don't talk about them to you. I just don't talk about them. I still have a code list. And sometimes when I've cleaned out a drawer, I've looked at that code list and tried to remember. And I'm just making this up. Let's say the code was XP. What the hell was that program? I don't remember. Here's my theory about security clearances. I think they ought to be revoked once you leave government, period. Whether you are a civil servant or a political appointee. I think they ought to be revoked upon termination, and that you should be read out of whatever those programs are. You'll hear, if you listen to the news tonight, John Brennan going on and on, and oh my gosh, this is just petty and blah, blah. You know what? Security experts make this argument, which I think is bullcrap. Well, you know, if the government wants to consult with that individual, then they need to have that clearance to consult with that individual. If the government called me today, if the Department of Homeland Security called today, or the White House called today and said, could you come to D.C., we'd like to pick your brain about this XYZ. And XYZ is a top secret SCI, special access, SCI or SAP program. I could fly to D.C., I could sign the form, they could read me into the program, and I could do the consultation. No big deal. I think all security clearances for all government employees, political and civil service, should be revoked once they leave office. Period. John Brennan, shut up.
The Michael Brown Show continues after this.
Need a new roof? Call Excel Roofing at 303-761-6400.
Life Certain Wealth Strategies provides financial planning with a focus on forward-looking tax mitigation strategies for those in or near retirement in Colorado. Life Certain Wealth Strategies. Discover the fiduciary difference. Visit lifecertain.com today to begin your planning.
This is Troy with Technoglass. We've been making auto glass easy for over 25 years. Every Technoglass replacement comes with free rock chip repairs for life and a 12-month no breakage guarantee. Visit Technoglass.com. Call 720-405-8000.
Sinking, heaving concrete, cracks in the garage, basement, sidewalks, stairs, and front porches shifting? Don't replace, fix with Crackerjack Mudjacking. 303-410-7787. 410-7787. CrackerjackMudjacking.com.
This report is brought to you by CC's new Endless Pan Pizzas, now on the buffet.
Partly cloudy with a low of 61 tonight, mostly sunny tomorrow, high 88. Slight chance for showers on Friday, high 88. A greater chance for storms on Saturday.
Try new Endless Pan Pizzas at CC's, available in both Meat Eater and Supreme, now on the buffet, starting at just $5.99. It's the best price for Endless Pan Pizza, only at CC's. Price and participation vary. Restrictions apply. Visit ccs.com/pan for details.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station. With Ross Kaminsky mornings, Michael Brown afternoons, KHOW, Denver.
Now it's up to the jury. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. Deliberations in the fraud trial of former Trump campaign manager Paul Manafort begin tomorrow morning. Closing arguments wrapped up this afternoon.
The government's primary witness or star witness is Manafort's former deputy, Rick Gates, who got pretty dirtied up in the course of the case with a lot of questions about his credibility. So today the prosecution in their closing arguments did what really amounted to cleanup, saying, quote, when Manafort chose someone to lie to his accountants, he didn't choose a Boy Scout. The defense said that Mr. Gates had his hand in the cookie jar. It was not a cookie jar. It was a huge dumpster of money in foreign bank accounts.
Fox's Catherine Herridge. Next up was the defense.
They said there's a presumption of innocence for the defendant. There's no requirement for the defendant to testify. And they also reminded the jury that the burden is on the government to prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt.
Manafort is facing tax evasion and bank fraud charges after being accused of hiding income earned from his political work in Ukraine from the IRS. He's also accused of fraudulently obtaining millions of dollars in bank loans. The top Democrat on the Senate Intelligence Committee blasting the White House decision to revoke the security clearance of former CIA Director John Brennan. Mark Warner calls it Nixonian.
I'm going to be talking to both Democrats and Republicans alike how we make sure that this doesn't become a normal practice out of this very unusual White House.
White House spokeswoman Sarah Sanders says the move was not politically motivated. Cardinal Donald Wuerl, the top clergyman faulted in a Pennsylvania grand jury report over his handling of sexually abusive priests, spoke today at a mass in Washington.
The pain and the suffering is something that we need to accept responsibility for.
Wuerl made no mention of the allegations against him. Fox News, fair and balanced.
I'm Jay Farner, CEO of Quicken Loans. Buying a home should be one of life's best experiences, but today's fluctuating interest rates can leave you with unexpected higher payments. And that can turn a great experience into an anxious one. At Quicken Loans, we've created a new way to protect you from unpredictable interest rates. It's called the Power Buying Process. We check your income, assets, and credit to provide you with a verified approval, which can give you the strength of a cash buyer. Once verified, you qualify for our exclusive Rate Shield approval. First, we lock your interest rate for up to 90 days while you find your new home. Then, once you've found your new home, if rates have gone up, your rate stays locked. But if rates have gone down, your rate drops, and you get to keep that new lower rate. Either way, you win. Call us today at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Rate Shield approval only valid on certain 30-year fixed-rate loans. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030. Additional conditions or exclusions may apply.
KHOW News Time, 6:03.
The Masterpiece Cake Shop case is out of the Supreme Court and into a civil one. Shop owner Jack Phillips is suing the governor and other state officials.
The Lakewood baker says the state is now coming down on him for refusing to bake a cake which celebrated a gender transition. Attorneys for Phillips say the state of Colorado is ignoring the message from the U.S. Supreme Court in connection with the baker's other case. The High Court recently found in Phillips' favor in a case over refusing to decorate a cake for a same-sex wedding. The suit filed yesterday in federal court names Hickenlooper as well as the Colorado Civil Rights Commission.
That's reporter Chad Hoffman. If you can smell it, it's dangerous, and we've been smelling smoke from wildfire. CSU researcher Jeffrey Pierce.
This is that long-term exposure to particles in the atmosphere. The haze that you'll see on a polluted day can lead to an early death.
CSU researchers say smoke from wildfires kills up to 25,000 people every year. Most of the smoke in our air is from fires in California. That's the latest. I'm Kathy Walker.
This report is brought to you by Hyundai Shopper Assurance.
An accident on northbound I-25 at the I-76 interchange has been moved to the shoulder. That northbound stretch still slow, though, all the way back to Santa Fe. And off-freeway, an earlier crash on eastbound Arapahoe approaching Parker Road also cleared, but Arapahoe still sluggish back to Havana. And there's a crash on eastbound 120th approaching I-25, backing things up through there. Your forecast for tonight, partly cloudy with a chance for some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Will cool off to the low 60s overnight. And then tomorrow for your Thursday, a mix of clouds and sun with a high near 90, mostly sunny and 89 on Friday. It is 89 right now in Denver. With your traffic and weather, I'm Janine LaRose, 630 KHOW.
Experience the future of car buying today with Hyundai's all-new Shopper Assurance program. And with Flexible Test Drive, the dealer will bring the Hyundai of your choice right to your door so you can give it a spin in your neighborhood. Hyundai, car buying made simple. Find out more at HyundaiUSA.com/Shopper Assurance.
630 KHOW has your shot at a trip to our iHeartRadio Music Festival. Now, text the keyword SHOP to 200-200. You'll get a text confirming entry plus iHeartRadio info. Standard data and message rates apply. That's SHOP to 200-200.
Hey, Mikey.
It's Michael Brown.
You can try to find Michael Brown. Brownie, you're doing a heck of a job.
This is the Michael Brown Show.
Hold on tight to your dream. Yeah. Hold on tight to your dream.
Raise your hands if you heard the story. Omarosa Manigault Stallworth, the apprentice contestant who claims that she's heard a tape of Donald Trump using the N-word. How many of you know that she has been fired from the White House before? Raise your hands if you knew that. Did you know that, Angie? I didn't know that. Oh, go back to whatever you're doing. I swear she's never paying attention to me.
I was listening.
I didn't know this, but a source no stronger than, well, face it, I know you really read this, but you won't admit to it. People magazine. According to the new issue of People, the former political appointee who spoke glowingly of her White House days was banished from four, F-O-R-E. No, I'm just kidding. F-O-U-R. 4 jobs in 2 years with the Clinton White House. At her last one, quote, she was asked to leave as quickly as possible. She was so disruptive, close quote, says Cheryl Shavers, the former Undersecretary for Technology at the Department of Commerce, where she worked for several weeks in 2000. According to that same Undersecretary, one woman wanted to slug her. She was also bounced from another position at Commerce, says another former Clinton administration official, because she couldn't get along with people. At her first White House gig, answering invitations received by Vice President Al Gore, quote, she didn't do her job and it got everybody in trouble, says a former Gore staffer. During the Q&A with the audience at a March 19 Washington, D.C. panel discussion on, quote, wearing the pants, a woman's experience in a man's world, people asked Omarosa about the challenges she faced as a woman in her own career. In answer to that question, she lied and said this, I have done logistics and advance and event planning for the White House under the Gore staff. At age 23, I got appointed to the White House. That was not a place to learn how to be a young professional. That's a very difficult environment because they don't believe in training. They just kind of throw you in the fire, she told the audience. But, according to former Gore staffers who asked to remain anonymous, she did not do logistics and she did not do advance work for the vice president. Quote, her exact title was scheduling correspondent. Her job was to respond to invitations. She was transferred from that job, which sent her to the Commerce Department jobs. She has been fired numerous times. But what's Omarosa making news about? She's making news because she claims to have heard an audio tape in which Donald Trump uses the N-word. I wouldn't cover this except for, one, I didn't know that she had worked at the White House before and that she had been fired before. By the way, can I just say this? No, the White House doesn't do training. You don't get on-the-job training at the White House. You go in, you do it, you figure it out. The Daily Beast, not exactly a supporter of Donald Trump, a Daily Beast reporter was on with liberal NPR, and I think it may be other places too, radio host Bill Press. Daily Beast says, we don't think there's an N-word tape. Oh, man, you know, if there was one, the Daily Beast would have published it. Listen closely.
Well, I actually, back during the campaign and up through the presidential transition in late 2016, I actually looked into this because it's...
Looked into this, the alleged tape of Donald Trump using the N-word. This guy wanted it badly.
It's been a long-standing rumor since the days of the campaign that there is a Donald Trump N-word tape dating back to his days at The Apprentice. Okay. I talked to dozens upon dozens of people at The Apprentice for a series of stories, or who used to work at The Apprentice. Some still do, some don't anymore, to sort of get Donald Trump-related stories as the campaign was wrapping up. We published a lot of them, some of which made Donald Trump look pretty nasty. I couldn't find a single person who knew what the hell people were talking about when it came to this mythical.
I couldn't even find anybody who even knew what they was talking about. They were digging dirt. The Daily Beast was and is always digging for dirt on Donald Trump. So they have dug and dug and dug. They don't believe it exists.
This mythical N-word tape. And so far, that's still the case based on my reporting and the reporting of other people, including Yashar Ali at the Huffington Post, who popped a story, I think about 9 or 10 hours ago, where the person who Omarosa had claimed to people had come to the White House and played her a tape of Donald Trump saying that racial epithet, sort of laughed on the phone. It's like, no, what is Omarosa talking about?
Oh, so even the person that Omarosa says that played the tape for her of Donald Trump using the N-word, in response to the Daily Beast, laughed and said, I don't even know what she's talking about. Now, could all this be a ruse? So that in October, just before the midterms, they drop a tape of Donald Trump using the N-word? Of course. But my gut tells me, if this numbnut for the Daily Beast had this, was trying to find it, and has come to the conclusion that it's mythical, I think it's probably mythical too. I'm not a Catholic, and if you've seen the movie Spotlight about the sexual abuse in the Boston diocese, listen to the one about Pennsylvania.
The priests gave their favored boys gifts, gold crosses to wear as necklaces. The crosses were markings of which boys had been groomed for abuse.
Hundreds of priests in the Catholic Church, both past and present, are accused of sexual abuse. In a grand jury report just released, the allegations date back decades, and there could be thousands of additional victims. More than 300 so-called predator priests were identified in this report. About a third of the people named are from the Pittsburgh diocese.
20 are from the Greensburg diocese. The report also alleges the church took steps to cover up the abuse. Our coverage begins with Andy Sheehan.
I don't want to go through the whole coverage, but in essence, the grand jury has come back and has documented at least 301 predator priests in Pennsylvania. That's some serious problems. Cardinal Wuerl, I don't know if you pronounce it W-U-E-R-L, doesn't think that's a problem.
But isn't this what Pope Francis is saying? Pope Francis has been saying we're all missionary disciples. It's not just the work of the bishop. We're all missionary disciples. But he's saying to the bishops, to priests, remember, your task is to bring along with you the flock. That's the nature of the church. It doesn't make sense, a shepherd without a flock and a flock without a shepherd. They're co-relative terms. They go together. This is what we're saying needs to be done today when we have, and I don't think this is some massive crisis.
I don't think this is some massive crisis. A grand jury reports that at least 301 predator priests have abused children over the past several decades. Yeah, I'd say that's a crisis.
You're listening to The Michael Brown Show.
This report is brought to you by City of Aurora Golf
Still
Division.
some heavy volume slowing around the system, and off freeway there's a crash in Arvada, southbound on the Wadsworth Bypass near 55th, slowing things down there. Also a crash on Bowles near Federal, and an accident on southbound Wadsworth at Hampton, and the lights aren't working at 120th and Lowell, backing things up there. Your forecast for tonight, partly cloudy with a chance for some scattered showers and thunderstorms, cooling off to the low 60s overnight. Partly cloudy tomorrow for your Thursday with a high near 90 and mostly sunny and 89 on Friday. It's 88 right now in Denver. With your traffic and weather, I'm Janine LaRose, 630 KHOW.
Spring Hill's a family-friendly walkable course that will challenge your game no matter what your skill level. Hi, it's Karen from Golf Aurora. Known as a great value, Spring Hill has some of the lowest green fees in the metro area, located at 6th Avenue and Airport Boulevard. Book your tee time today at golfaurora.com.
Michael Brown here for Mike Ward Infiniti. Now look, if you're looking for an Infiniti like I drive, a great Q50, sporty great car, a Maserati, a Fiat, Alfa Romeo, or a McLaren, I want you to go see my old high school buddy Mike Ward. He's over at C470 in Lucent, and when you go by there, tell him I sent you. And like Mike says, just drive it.
Take it like it is and make it like you want it. You've heard that before, right? Well, that applies to your home too. But maybe you don't know exactly how to get it done or what the options might be. Hi, Dan Cicchini, Done Right Kitchens and Baths, Windows and Doors. How about starting with a call to us? For over 30 years, our family company has been designing and completing first-rate kitchens and baths that, frankly, your neighbors would be jealous of. Where to start, Todd?
Dad, they just need to call us. We can help. And now's the time. At Done Right, we offer only the finest cabinet resurfacing, custom cabinets, tub and shower upgrades, and full kitchen and bath redesigns. Simply call us for a free in-home estimate, and you'll see how your unique kitchen and bath fantasies will become your reality.
Come on, folks, get her done. Once and for all. Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors, and even replacement windows and doors. You have our word, we'll treat you right at Done Right. 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or drhi.com.
Retirement can last 20, 30, or more years. No wonder the #1 retirement fear is running out of money. So, how do you feel? Are you confident your retirement savings will last throughout your retirement years? This is Linda Gardner with Blue Heron Capital, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, heard every Saturday right here on 630 KHOW. We can help you create a retirement income strategy that you won't outlive, a strategy to show you what you can spend with confidence, maintain your lifestyle, and follow your retirement dreams. You worked hard and saved for your retirement. Now it's time to make sure you have income to last your lifetime. Call today for your complimentary, no-obligation visit and see how to get started with your own retirement income strategy, an income you won't outlive. Call right now, 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604. Or online, yourmoneyyourretirement.com.
Take it like it is and make it like you want it. You've heard that before, right? Well, that applies to your home too. But maybe you don't know exactly how to get it done or what the options might be. Hi, Dan Cicchini, Done Right Kitchens and Baths, Windows and Doors. How about starting with a call to us? For over 30 years, our family company has been designing and completing first-rate kitchens and baths that, frankly, your neighbors would be jealous of. Where to start, Todd?
Dad, they just need to call us. We can help. And now's the time. At Done Right, we offer only the finest cabinet resurfacing, custom cabinets, tub and shower upgrades, and full kitchen and bath redesigns. Simply call us for a free in-home estimate, and you'll see how your unique kitchen and bath fantasies will become your reality.
Come on, folks, get her done. Once and for all. Kitchens, baths, counters and floors, and even replacement windows and doors. You have our word, we'll treat you right at Done Right. 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or drhi.com.
Student loans, car loans, high-interest credit card loans, debt adds up for all of us, but there are ways around it. Hey guys, it's Ross Kaminsky for my friends at American Financing, and I'm here to remind you that refinancing your home loan is an easy way to save a lot of money. Think of it this way. A lower interest rate means lower monthly bill payments, and mortgage interest rates are far more competitive than a student loan or credit card rate. I'm talking rates in the low single digits versus rates in the high double digits. Why wouldn't you consolidate that high interest debt by refinancing your mortgage? You'll speak with a salary-based mortgage consultant who will customize a loan to fit your needs. They're already saving customers up to $1,000 a month, plus there are no upfront fees at American Financing. You could close on your new loan in as fast as 10 days and may be able to postpone up to 60 days of mortgage payments. Get in touch with American Financing at 303-695-7000 or online at americanfinancing.net.
NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
Save more with Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Hey, what are you doing up here on the roof?
I want to tell the world I just met the woman of my dreams. Well, what about you?
I want to tell the world that Liberty Mutual saved me $782.
Liberty did what?
They saved me $782.
Oh, you go first then. $782 really puts finding love into perspective.
Visit us online to get a quote, and you could save $782. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Based on a recent countrywide new customer survey, coverage is underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company, Equal Housing Insurer.
Doctor, award-winning chief medical correspondent, and Salonpas user, Dr. Bob Arnott.
For pain relief, the best solution may surprise you. I found that Salonpas Lidocaine Plus works best for my pain. It's powerful, available without a prescription, and uses 2 anesthetics to numb nerves right where it hurts. It starts to work on contact, providing effective, lasting pain relief I can count on.
Salonpas, in the silver box with the blue wave.
Tom Martino, the troubleshooter, tomorrow morning at 10.
Big changes in the real estate market coming. We'll talk about buying and selling real estate on the next Troubleshooter show tomorrow at 10.
Troubleshooter Tom Martino on 630 KHOW.
When I find myself in times of trouble.
Somebody sent me information about the Alliance Defending Freedom, which is the Christian legal defense organization that is defending Jack Phillips, the Masterpiece Cake Shop owner. And sure enough, they are raising money. Their website is adflegal.org. 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 And it's on the landing page, so you shouldn't have a problem finding it. But let me read to you what they write. Even though the U.S. Supreme Court handed down an important decision for religious freedom when it ruled in favor of Jack Phillips this year, the state of Colorado is targeting Jack yet again. Your financial support is vital as we provide Jack with the strong defense he needs to face this new round of government harassment. Government harassment is exactly the right phrase. There's too much at stake not to act now. Thanks to the blessing, listen closely, Thanks to the blessing of a new $2 million matching grant, your gift today will be doubled dollar for dollar. Whatever you give will provide twice the impact to defend religious freedom for Jack and for us all. You can donate by going to adflegal.org, or you can call 800-835-5233, 800-835-5233, or go online, adflegal.org. I rarely ask you to spend your money. Well, I ask you to spend your money all the time on spot blocks. But rarely do I use content time to raise money unless I think it's personally something that I'm going to do and that I would ask you to do. And I think that what's going on in Colorado is an abomination. Well, there's a lot of stuff going on in Colorado that's an abomination. But I think in particular this case of the Colorado Civil Rights Commission going after Jack Phillips is something we should all fear. Targeted harassment by government. So if you've got, it's going to be doubled. So if all you have to give is $1, that's a $2 donation. If you can give $100, it's $200 because they've got this matching grant. So adflegal.org or 800-835-5233. You can give them your credit card number and you can give that way. I made fun earlier about the plastic straws. We had the goober that went to Santa Barbara. Hang on a second. Here we go. I want you to hear this. Hear this again. There's a reason I want to play this again.
What's up, guys? This is Will Witt from PragerU. Today we're in beautiful Santa Barbara, and we're going to be asking people about plastic straws and should they be banned. Should plastic straws be banned?
Hell yeah, they should.
Should we ban plastic straws?
Absolutely.
Do you think we should ban plastic straws?
I do.
Why do you think that?
Because they're bad for the environment and they cause a lot of pollution. They kill the baby sea turtles.
What else should we ban to help save the environment?
Oh my goodness. Come up with a better idea for like plastic lids on to-go cups and...
Paper lids.
Paper lids would be great.
What do you guys do to help eliminate your carbon footprint?
Recycle.
Wow. Heartwarming. What else could we do to help fix the environment?
I think, what I've been seeing in different places, people have just been planting fruit trees in public streets, and that's dope.
In the ocean, if you cut open a fish, I saw an article about this, and all that's inside them are plastic straws.
Should businesses be able to choose whether or not to use plastic, or should the government just tell them they can't use it?
I think the government should tell them we should stop using plastic.
Think about it, people could eat fruit for free, planted by the state, trees planted by the state, they could eat fruit, homeless people could eat fruit, and it's giving oxygen into the air.
So the government pays for the fruit trees?
Sure, why not?
And what do you think's worse? Plastic straws here, or people coming into this country illegally?
Oh my god, plastic straws!
Think?
that isn't all. Yes!
Okay. What do you think is the best alternative to plastic straws?
The place that I work, we started using paper straws, and a lot of people have an issue with paper straws because they're
soggy.
Soggy.
What do you think is a bigger priority to stop? Plastic straws or illegal immigration?
A bigger priority? I would say straws.
Straws? First, they came for the straws. And because I wasn't a straw, I did not care. New York, Dateline, Associated Press. Now that plastic straws may be headed for extinction, could Americans' love of balloons be deflated? The joyous celebration, the AP writes, of releasing balloons into the air has long bothered environmentalists. Here's what I think. Everything bugs environmentalists. And environmentalists bug me. Environmentalists who say the pieces that fall back to the earth can be deadly to seabirds and turtles that eat them. So, as companies vow to banish plastic straws, there are signs that balloons will be among the products to get more scrutiny, even though they're a very small part of environmental pollution. Clemson University, for example, is ending its tradition of releasing 10,000 balloons into the air before games, a move that's part of its sustainability efforts. In Virginia, a campaign that urges alternatives to balloon releases at weddings is expanding. And a town in Rhode Island outright banned the sale of balloons earlier this year, citing the harm to marine life. Can somebody get the Boulder City Council on the line for me? Actually, just forget them. Can somebody get John Hickenlooper on the line? Or maybe this. Maybe one of you enterprising little freelancers out there, the next time you see Jared Polis or Walker Stapleton, you could ask them about the pressing issue of whether or not, as the next governor of the state of Colorado, will they persuade, cajole the state legislature into banning balloons. Following efforts to limit plastic bags, the push by environmentalists against straws has gained traction in recent months, partly because they're seen as unnecessary for most. There's a lot of crap in life that's unnecessary. Just because it's unnecessary, maybe I like balloons. Maybe I'd like to take a balloon and an environmentalist and do a balloon plasty, you know where.
You're listening to The Michael Brown Show. This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station. With Ross Kaminsky mornings, Michael Brown afternoons, KHOW, Denver.
This report is brought to you by CiCi's new Endless Pan Pizzas, now on the buffet.
Still some volume slowing around the system, and off freeway there's a crash in Arvada southbound on the Wadsworth bypass near 55th, slowing things down there. Also a crash on Bowles near Federal, and an accident on southbound Wadsworth at Hampden. And the lights aren't working at 120th and Lowell, causing some slowing there. Your forecast for this evening, partly cloudy with a chance for some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Will cool off to the low 60s overnight. And then tomorrow for your Thursday, a mix of clouds and sun with a high near 90, mostly sunny and 89 on Friday. It's 86 right now in Denver. With your traffic and weather, I'm Janine LaRose, 630 KHOW.
Try new Endless Pan Pizzas at CiCi's, available in both Meat Eater and Supreme, now on the buffet starting at just $5.99. It's the best price for Endless Pan Pizza, only at CiCi's. Price and participation vary. Restrictions apply. Visit ccs.com/pan for details.
You know, I said a few years ago that I would not endorse a solar company because when I looked at the company's financials and business model, it just didn't make sense. Well, that's no longer the case with Zoetic Solar. With Zoetic Solar, they replace your current electric bill as payment for your own solar panels, so that your monthly out-of-pocket is the same, except that now you own your energy instead of renting it. No down payments needed, and once your panels are paid off, you have free energy for your house for life. You own those solar panels as opposed to renting them. This obviously gives you more money in your pocket and increases your home's value. And when Zoetic puts solar panels on your roof, they're also going to insulate your attic and put in a smart home thermostat for free, saving you even more money. The other thing I like, Zoetic Solar is a Colorado-owned and operated company right here in Denver. So if you're thinking about solar for your home, I want you to call Zoetic Solar right now for a free quote. 888-637-4447. That's 888-637-4447.
Whether you're considering a home purchase or refinance, Belco has great news. We've just extended our no origination fee offer, which can give you more buying power in a competitive market. For a limited time, when you apply for a Belco First Mortgage, you'll pay no origination fee at closing. Saving you thousands of dollars on closing costs is just one of the ways Belco can help you combat rising home prices. For offer conditions and restrictions, visit belco.org/mortgage. Membership eligibility required. Equal housing opportunity. All loans subject to approval. Belco. Banking for everyone.
Hear that? It's opportunity knocking on your home's old front door and your old windows and siding. Because right now is your chance to save thousands on new Champion windows and home exterior upgrades. Announcing the Champion Your Home Sale with 30% off new Champion Comfort 365 windows, 25% off new siding and sunrooms. Plus, get 60 months low interest financing. Hi, this is Dave Logan. Champion is the only window company that I personally endorse. Book your free appointment today online at getchampion.com. They design, build, install, and guarantee their home improvement products. So all you have to do is enjoy them. 30% off new Comfort 365 windows and 25% off new siding and new sunrooms. It's the Champion Your Home Sale. Book your appointment online at getchampion.com. That's getchampion.com.
The Champion Limited Lifetime Warranty applies to Comfort 365 windows as long as the original purchaser owns the home. Subject to qualifying credit approval. Minimum purchase required. All discounts apply to our regular prices. Cannot be combined with other advertisers' offers. See store or website for details. It's been another crazy year for Colorado weather, and thousands of homes have been damaged by huge hailstorms. Many folks have been waiting to replace their roof until summer's over. Well, now's the time to get on the schedule. Roof Corp has been replacing roofs in the Denver area for over 20 years and would love to help you. A+ with the Better Business Bureau, insurance approved and factory certified. Roof Corp is the name to trust. Visit Roof Corp today at roofingexperts.com or call 303-548-5000.
Great news, everybody. Thanks to advances in medicine, you may live longer than you think. So you should plan on living into your 90s. For women, maybe even longer. But that could mean bad news for your retirement. Will your savings come up short when you need that money the most? Now, conventional wisdom says that as you get older and closer to retirement, you're supposed to move more into bonds. But bonds have limited growth potential. And again, if you live longer, that could be a problem. When you retire, your money shouldn't stop working when you do. You need a plan, not just for inflation, but income. Financial Engines advisors have been doing that for more than 20 years for everyday Americans, and they can do it for you too. Go to financialengines.com, schedule your appointment today.
Hi, I'm Claire Mork with Financial Engines here in the Denver area. I'm ready to work with you to help make your financial goals a reality. Go to financialengines.com or call 866-648-2323 today.
I'm Jay Farner, CEO of Quicken Loans. Buying a home should be one of life's best experiences, but today's fluctuating interest rates can leave you with unexpected higher payments, and that can turn a great experience into an anxious one. At Quicken Loans, we've created a new way to protect you from unpredictable interest rates. It's called the Power Buying Process. We check your income, assets, and credit to provide you with a verified approval, which can give you the strength of a cash buyer. Once verified, you qualify for our exclusive Rate Shield approval. First, we lock your interest rate for up to 90 days while you find your new home. Then, once you've found your new home, if rates have gone up, your rate stays locked. But if rates have gone down, your rate drops, and you get to keep that new lower rate. Either way, you win. Call us today at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Rate Shield approval only valid on certain 30-year fixed-rate loans. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030. Additional conditions or exclusions may apply.
630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station.
Yes, when balloons are outlawed, only outlaws will have balloons. Man, we live in a world of dumbassery. So I read this. This is actually a story that I came across Monday. And I couldn't find audio. All I could read, or all I could find, was a narrative and quotations. And I didn't believe it. The narrative goes like this. Chelsea Clinton believes that because of reproductive rights, which we all know is a euphemism for abortion, that because women, since Roe v. Wade, have had a legal right to abortion and have therefore been able to abort unborn babies, that has created trillions of dollars in economic growth. I found that claim to be fantastical, unbelievable. I listened to the audio. I can make the argument that that is exactly what she said.
Whether you kind of fundamentally care about reproductive rights and access, right? Because again, these are not the same thing.
Wait a minute. Reproductive rights, reproductive access is the same thing. Reproductive rights are for feminists, well, for general purposes. Abortion. Access to reproductive rights is access to abortion. They are the same thing, Chelsea.
If you care about social justice or economic justice, agency, you have to care about this, right? It is not a disconnected fact, to Justice T-shirt of 1973, that
1970. What's 1973?
American women entering the labor force from 1970 to 2009 added $3.5 trillion to our economy, right? Like the net new entrance of women. That is not disconnected from the fact that Roe became the law of the land.
Let me just finish. Let's just finish it.
In January of 1973. So I think whatever it is that people say they care about, I think you can connect to this issue. Of course, I would hope that they would care about our equal rights and dignity to make our own choices. But if that is not sufficiently persuasive, hopefully kind of some of these other arguments that you're hearing expressed so beautifully will be.
On several occasions, she used the word connect or connected. On 2 or 3 occasions, she used the year 1973. And in one specific instance, she referred to Roe v. Wade, granting women the legal right to an abortion, a constitutional right. But don't get me off on that argument. All of the connecteds that she's trying to make are women entering the workforce post-1973, post-Roe v. Wade, has resulted in trillions of dollars in economic growth. If she had said, just stand alone, women entering the workforce since 1973 have contributed trillions of dollars to economic growth, I can make the argument that she wasn't tying it to abortion. But that's not what she said. She said connected, 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 1973, Roe v. Wade. Now that you understand my contention that the article that I read was not fantastical, that is what she said. Now, I will tell you that if you go to her Twitter timeline, she's trying to backtrack this and to say, no, that's not what I meant. Generally, when people start backtracking and say, no, that's not what I meant, yeah, that's what they meant.
Whether you kind of fundamentally care about reproductive rights and access, right? Because again, these are not the same thing. If you care about social justice or economic justice, agency, you have to care about this, right? It is not a disconnected fact, to Justice T-shirt of 1973, that American women entering the labor force from 1970 to 2009 added $3.5 trillion to our economy, right? Like the net new entrance of women. That is not disconnected from the fact that Roe became the law of the land.
That is not disconnected from the Supreme Court granting a so-called constitutional right to abortion. She is connecting I thought it was 3 trillion, but she's actually 3.5 trillion. She is drawing a causal link in her feeble little brain between women killing babies in utero and adding $3.5 trillion to the economy. That is sick. Sick, sick, sick.
whether you kind of fundamentally care about reproductive rights and access, right, because again, these are not the same thing. If you care about social justice or economic justice, agency, you have to care about this, right? It is not a disconnected fact, to Justice T-shirt of 1973, that American women entering the labor force from 1970 to 2009 added $3.5 trillion to our economy, right? Like the net new entrance of women. That is not disconnected from the fact that Roe became the law of the land in January of 1973. So I think whatever it is that people say they care about, I think you can connect to this issue. Of course, I would hope that they would care about our equal rights and dignity to make our own choices. But if that is not sufficiently persuasive, hopefully kind of some of these other arguments that you're hearing expressed so beautifully will be.
Wow. Just wow. I rarely, if ever, talk about abortion on this program. It's just an issue that I just care not to discuss. People are set in stone. Nothing I can do is going to change anybody's mind one way or the other. The Supreme Court's ruled. It is what it is. I think it's awful. But to connect it to economic growth, don't you find that just a little sick? Don't you find that just a little sick? There's no other way to describe it. And after listening to it now another 3 times, in addition to the 15 times I listened to it earlier, trying to, in my mind, figure out a way to make the case that that's not the connection she's making, she clearly makes that connection.
Text Michael a piece of your mind. Send your message along with his name, Mike, to 57739.
This report is brought to you by Cece's new Endless Pan Pizzas, now on the buffet.
North of the metro area, there's an accident on northbound I-25 just past Highway 66 approaching the Meade exit. That's over on the right shoulder, but still seeing some backups there. And here in the metro area, some crashes off freeway, one in Arvada southbound on the Wadsworth bypass near 55th, another one on westbound Bowles after Federal, and another one on southbound Wadsworth at Hampton. And the lights aren't working at 120th and Lowell, causing some backups there. Your forecast for tonight, partly cloudy with a chance for some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Will cool off to the low 60s overnight. Partly cloudy tomorrow for your Thursday with a high near 90 and mostly sunny and 89 on Friday. It's 86 right now in Denver. With your traffic and weather, I'm Janine LaRose, 630 KHOW.
Try new Endless Pan Pizzas at Cece's, available in both Meat Eater and Supreme, now on the buffet starting at just $5.99. It's the best price for Endless Pan Pizza, only at Cece's. Price and participation vary. Restrictions apply. Visit ccs.com/pan for details.
Ants think winter all summer. That says the time to replace those old, tired, leaky, worn, and ugly windows is now, before winter. Your home will be way more comfortable and quieter, and you'll save some serious buck. Hi, Dan Cicchini, Done Right Windows and Doors. And how about that front door? Okay, I'm in the driveway, I'm out of the car. I move up the walk and see my grand front entrance. Crisp, clean, elegant, perfect to showcase my home. Does the beauty of home begin at your front door? If not, our unique door program is all about delivering an inspired entrance. Using the latest door system technology and a very unique factory finish process, when we're done, you're done. Nothing left for you to do but enjoy. So folks, think like an ant. Call now and be rewarded by saving 20% up to $1,200 on any window or door project. Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors. And of course, replacement windows and doors. You have our word, we'll treat you right at Done Right. 800-362-8370 or drhi.com.
It's said that death and taxes are the only two certainties in life. A third you hope is a financially secure retirement. That requires a plan based on your purposes. What do you want to do? Where do you want to live? Travel? How much income will you need? When to take Social Security? And an estate plan for your loved ones. This is Mike Rosen for Ridgegate Financial, a registered investment advisory firm led by its founder, Wally Smith. Wally's team at Ridgegate invites you to sit down with them in crafting a plan to get you to and through a contented retirement. They'll review your pension and retirement income, advise you on Social Security options, stress test your portfolio, and recommend ways to improve your probability of success. For your free personal retirement review, call 303-PLANNER. That's 303-752-6637 or online at ridgegatefinancial.com.
Ridgegate Financial is a registered investment advisor firm, and Wally Smith is an investment advisor representative of the firm offering financial planning, insurance, and investment services.
Hail and severe storm season is here, and that's why you need to call Golden Spike Roofing. If you think you have damage, call Golden Spike at 303-942-1386 for a thorough and free inspection. For roofing done right to the last nail, call Golden Spike Roofing.
Call Golden Spike Roofing when your roof needs a fix. 303-942-1386. Golden Spike Roofing.
Have you ever wanted to refinance your mortgage but didn't want to start a new 30-year loan all over again? Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky for my friends at American Financing, and let me tell you, they can help. When refinancing to eliminate mortgage insurance, lower your rate, or consolidate high-interest debt, you don't have to worry about resetting your loan term, because at American Financing, they offer 10, 13, or 18-year loans, really any term you need. It truly is a custom loan. You choose the term based on your budget, and they'll find the most competitive interest rate. It's your mortgage, your way. Plus, with a fixed rate, no matter where interest rates go, yours stays the same. Monthly payments won't increase. It just takes one call to their salary-based mortgage consultants. They'll guide you through options and will customize the right program to achieve your financial goals. They may even be able to get you closed in as fast as 10 days. So get started now, 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or online at AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
Sinking, heaving concrete, cracks in the garage, basement, sidewalks, stairs, and front porches shifting? Don't replace, fix with Crackerjack Mudjacking. 303-410-7787. 410-7787. CrackerjackMudjacking.com.
They say that two things are inevitable, death and taxes. Well, only slightly less painful than those rising taxes are increasing electricity prices. Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky, and after a lot of consideration, I had a solar generation system installed on my home last summer, and I want you to do the same with Bright Street Energy, the same folks whose solar panels are on my roof. It adds value to your home, and it's a great feeling to know that when your utility raises their prices, they're not raising yours. Schedule your free solar consultation today at brightstreet.com. That's BRITE Street.com.
My number two does not look like a number two. I don't know what to call it. Is there a number three?
Table for 4, please. Anything close to the restroom.
A middle seat with these stomach problems? That's my fear of flying.
Sound like you? If it does, you could be one of the many people with a digestive condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Even if you don't know what EPI is, you might know the symptoms: frequent diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain. If you have even just one of these symptoms, you could still have EPI, because not everybody experiences EPI the same way, which is why it's so important to open up to your doctor about all your symptoms. And the good news is, EPI is manageable, so don't keep a lid on it. Go to identifyepi.com, complete the symptom checker, and use it to have a conversation with your doctor. Don't keep a lid on it. Visit identifyepi.com. Brought to you by AbbVie.
Ross Kaminsky, mornings 5 to 10.
November's statewide ballot will have a measure allowing for higher campaign contributions in some circumstances, while a Denver measure will do the opposite. Campaign finance insanity Thursday morning at 8:06 here on 630 KHOW.
You wired me awake and hit me with the hand of broken nail.
A Connecticut police department is arguing that attacks against cops count as a hate crime. And they started doing this because a man threw a brick through a police cruiser window and reportedly said that he, quote, hates white cops. The Hartford Courant reported that 20-year-old Devin Adams Olmsted, was charged with first-degree criminal mischief, assault on police, reckless endangerment, breach of peace, and a hate crime. This is why I hate crimes. I don't care if you do hate the cops, and I don't care if you throw a brick through 20 police cruisers, and every time you do, you say, I hate white cops. I don't care if you're a black kid doing it, saying you hate white cops, and I don't care if you're a white kid doing it, saying I hate black cops. The mere act of throwing a brick through a police cruiser is the crime. Your motivation for doing so is irrelevant. The crime is the act of picking up a brick and throwing it through a cop's windshield or window. That's why you have the charges of first-degree criminal mischief, assault on a police officer, particularly if there was a cop in the car, reckless endangerment, that's particularly true if the car was moving, and breach of peace. I get that one, although I think that's just kind of piling on. But a hate crime? When are we going to start recognizing that hate crimes simply go to the motivation? And I get it. You go out and commit a murder, you're a white supremacist, so you go out and kill a black person, or you're an anti-Semite, so you go out and kill a Jew, or you're a radical Islamist, so you kill a Christian because they're an infidel. Those are all murders. Maybe murder in the first degree, second degree, third degree, I don't know. Maybe in some cases it's just manslaughter. Do you really care? Why should we care? We should not care that they do it because they do it out of hate. Because if today this is hate, all you have to do is let your imagination run wild about what hate could be in the future. Oh, Brown's been charged with a hate crime because he said awful things about Jared Polis, because he said scurrilous things about Maxine. Be careful what you wish for. Hate crime is really a path toward fascism. Let's do some taxpayer relief shots before we get out of here. Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
We have new information tonight on a botched robbery that happened in North Idaho. It ended with a suspect dead. The attempted robbery.
I kind of like the way this reporter said dead. Don't you?
We have new information tonight on a botched robbery that happened in North Idaho. It ended with a suspect dead. The attempted robbery happened Saturday afternoon at a credit union in Coeur d'Alene. Police say a man wearing a motorcycle helmet walked into the credit union waving a gun. He reportedly opened fire and then was shot once by a security guard. Police say the man died at the scene. No one else was injured.
I'd say that's a pretty dang good taxpayer relief shot. Creston, Iowa, goes like this.
A man is dead after a confrontation with police in a park in Creston last night. The Iowa Division of Criminal Investigation says Creston police was dispatched to McKinley Park just before midnight last night on a report of a subject with a gun. When officers arrived, they spotted the suspect and tried to talk to him. The man then reportedly began advancing on officers who told the man to show his hands. When he refused and kept advancing, an officer opened fire, striking and killing the man. The officer who fired his weapon is on paid administrative leave, which is standard procedure. His name is not being released, neither is the name of the victim. The Iowa DCI has not said if a gun was recovered at the scene.
Maybe a good taxpayer relief shot. We don't know for sure yet. Richton Park, Illinois.
Breaking news here at 5, a deadly shootout involving police officers. This is in suburban Richton Park. A suspect is shot and killed in a gun battle with officers there.
Eyewitness News reporter Eric Hung is live in Richton Park with late details for us tonight. Eric.
Judy and Allen, Illinois State Police are here at the scene conducting the investigation into this deadly police-involved shooting, which authorities say stemmed from the pursuit of a shooting suspect from nearby Park Forest. Video taken by a witness who lives nearby shows someone being loaded into the back of an ambulance. That shooting here in Richton Park happening around 2 o'clock this afternoon near Richton Square Road and Jackson Avenue. Authorities say this all began with a shooting in neighboring Park Forest just a few blocks from here. A source telling us that that shooting stemmed from an armed robbery.
You conduct an armed robbery, a chase ensues, and you end up dead. My free advice again for thugs, don't commit armed robberies. And I wonder if it was a hate armed robbery. I wonder if he had hate in his heart when he committed the armed robbery. Oh, yeah, we better find out.
That's pretty much all I got.
Ladies and gentlemen, Elvis has left the building.